Drink milk.
Gonna
Change
the world
Fresh Jersey.
with my hockey.
Hockey.
Gonna make a real
Difference.
Feed the poor and heal the sick.
Heal.
Welcome
heal.
back.
Heal.
Episode 43
Nice
of the
bravado.
Puck Daddy podcast.
4-3. Okay, name a player. That's number 43. I'll go first. Country.
I'll go second. Nazem Kadri.
Oh, I'll go first. My friend Adam Nicola for when I was in minor hockey.
Ooh, I don't think there's any other 43s in the league.
Never has been. It's just only been that one.
Morgan Riley, 44.
Not 43.
I watched the Leafs Blueprint, the most recent one, and it had like a lot to do with Morgan Riley in it.
Mo.
What a beauty.
Mo's a great guy.
I love Mo.
I love
What's
Mo.
so good about him? In 30 seconds, tell me.
He's just a fun person to appreciate.
I want more detail.
No, that's all you get.
I would love Mo to be a little bit more goofy.
You
I
said
feel like
you,
he takes.
you said you wanted a quick.
Yeah. Don't tell me. Why is he so cool? Because he's so cool. Give me I want a
say that.
story. Specific.
Because he was drafted in Toronto.
Okay.
He loves being a Leaf.
Yep.
He's never thought about leaving. Now he's signed an extension.
When you're signing
And-
for that kind of money,
and he's
I don't
just-
think I'd want to leave either.
He's just the kind of guy that everyone on the team loves.
He seems like a great guy.
Yeah.
Real wholesome. Yeah.
Oh, I was.
I want more detail.
I
on
was
that.
actually talking to a guy. He played AHL for the. He played a couple exhibition games,
Mhm.
Yep.
and he said like I was just asking him like what was the he played on a team with Pappy and whatever during the exhibition he was playing with them like that Pappy was playing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I was just asking him like what's it like in that room and he just said like Matthews just has like an aura about him, like he walks around.
He does though,
like,
eh?
He's just like he had that aura in the room, like he's.
Yep.
Like he said, he's just like he's had it. Like he was just that.
He's got
like,
that
Yep.
energy.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mojo Pappy. I use the word Mojo
You know what?
Pappy. I felt that.
He's always had that. I remember I was like, oh, great, an American getting drafted first overall, right? Like when Jack Eichel and McDavid had that go back and forth,
Yeah.
who's going to go number one? Obviously, it was McDavid, right?
Yeah.
But some people thought, no, Eichel's the better pick.
Yeah.
And Eichel had that kind of like, I don't know, cocky, overconfident sort of like vibe to him, right?
Yeah.
And then Matthews comes up like, oh, great, another American, right?
And they're pitting him up against Line A too.
But
Yeah.
he was actually really cool. Like whenever he got asked questions, he was always team focused. It wasn't about me, I. He's like, I just want like the team like help out this and that. Like he had very humble responses, and I was like, you know what? I actually like this guy based on any of the interviews. And he came to the Leafs, which was awesome. And he's always had that. He's always just been very humble, very cool, very like
just swaggy.
yeah. He's got the swag.
I don't know. I gotta meet him. I really want to meet him. I met Marner.
Yeah?
But I really want to Marner was so down to earth. What a
Marner's
beauty,
great.
man. But I want to meet Pappy. Pappy's like I just feel like it would just be like I look at him, he just smiles, and it's like
Yeah. He's gonna know.
Happy.
He's gonna know.
and it's just like and it would just be like hilarious.
You
just
keep
like-
going to these events. You're gonna meet him one of these
I know.
days.
I'd
sure.
love to.
Yeah,
Like
for
I'd
sure.
love to meet him in the right setting though.
Oh yeah.
Probably
I don't wanna meet him-
off season. You'll probably meet him somewhere.
Yeah.
It's
like,
annoying if he's getting like hauled around by his press agents.
Like
and
I would
stuff
love to
like
meet him in Arizona, and
Let's do
we're
it.
popping out and we're doing something like
do it in the
we're at a
summer.
golf
Yeah, round of golf.
yeah around the golf. I know he was doing like do you know Butter Golf? Have you seen?
No.
I have. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess he does a little stuff with him. Like it'd be sweet to go down there and like be with his boys. Like I don't want it to be like a press.
No.
Mhm.
So Chip,
thing, like, I wanna meet
remind
him.
me in the summertime to do this because I've got these opportunities. I just don't do it because I'm like I get busy with the family.
Yeah.
I have his agent's number. Like I sat down after I met Austin in Toronto a few years back. His agent is like, "Oh yeah, like I love your videos. So if you want to do something with Austin, let me know."
I
Right?
just want to go
And
golfing.
He gave me his card. Right, so I got his number, so I could look him up. I could fire him something in the summer and be like, "Hey, we'd love to come out to Arizona." I also, the guy who skated Austin in Arizona, like he was like his skating coach for 15 years. He's invited me out there to come and like film some stuff. And
Sick. I want to come.
Zach Bell just lives in Arizona for like months at a time, so we could definitely set something up.
Yeah, like I want to
We can make something happen.
go there and just like
Let's do it.
chop it up with Pappy, go golfing, but like just like do it on like just like a
Chill.
chill vibe. Like I'm not even
Exactly.
trying to like.
No.
Mhm.
I don't even really want to
That's the
film.
best-
But that's really the only reason why we would go. Just so sort of PR shit. stuff, like-
Just get the Ray-Ban hidden camera.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Right, so it's
ones that
not
record-
weird,
Yeah, yeah.
Right? But like
Except for the white light that's blinking. when
Yeah.
you're-
Why is that shining
It's-
in my face?
it's every once in a while something funny happens. All right, let's film that, guys, and you hit the click, and then they know it, and then the rest, like, because it only films 1 minute intervals.
Yeah,
be
that's fire.
Capture some like real, because then it feels more real. Not
Or a
having-
live stream.
You could live stream.
I like the live stream, because then it's like
I
everyone
feel like
knows. It's
to do a live stream though, he would want like he'd be like, oh, maybe I should have my press guy present for this, because like
Yeah.
if you're a bit more sensitive to live things.
That's true. That's true.
So it'd
yeah,
be
like
tough.
in the moment. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
kind of like. Oof.
Yeah, you'd probably just record and then see what is worth sharing.
I'm starting a little better every day. The Words to Live By book. I got it out. It's sitting on the table. I just figured I'm gonna read some random quote from here.
Sure.
For those who don't know about my book, I've kept this since 2014. I've almost had this book for 10 years.
Holy, look at that handwriting.
Look at that.
Book's almost half the age of Chippy.
Dream. Wow. Dream big, work hard, be nice. That's the front cover. Dream big, work hard, be nice. Words to live by. Easy.
Dream big, work hard,
Nice.
be nice.
That's nice. You
That's
can't
a
go
good one.
wrong. Can't go wrong if you do that. Live your life that way.
No, you
Dream
can't.
big is a big one.
You got to have the dreams first. Find the dreams and then like dream even bigger, right? Believe in yourself.
Shoot for the moon, land in the stars. What is that?
Yeah. If you miss, you're heading for the
No,
stars.
shoot, sure.
Aim for the moon, and you'll end up in the stars or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll end up amongst the stars.
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah.
Well, you're already amongst the stars, so
So what are you looking for? The next cosmos?
Transcend.
Yeah.
aim for Uranus.
Anyway, I wanted to
Dream.
start.
Wait, that wasn't the
Rise.
quote. This
There's
is
my quote.
Oh, I thought you did your thing already.
no. That was just the front cover. That's,
my gosh.
that's the. But
Oh, okay.
then I'm reading a random one, which is
Okay.
if you can do something about it.
This wasn't planned.
No,
I know.
I put my thumb somewhere. If you can do something about it, do it. If you can't, don't worry about it.
I like that. Don't worry, be happy. Almost a little bit Bob Marley there.
I feel like you wrote that one down in direct relation to Sammy. Because she's coming to you with things and you're like, what do you want me to do about it? I can't do anything. I'm not going to do anything.
I can't do anything.
Sa-
Don't
Sa-
worry about it.
Sammy and I
Don't
are the
worry
yin and the
about it.
yang. I worry about nothing. I'm like, if it's in my control, cool. She takes on a lot of other people's issues.
She's an emotional empath. What do you call it? An empath? She
I
takes
guess,
on the emotions of everyone else.
Yes, and like it affects her, right? And
Yeah.
even like things that she sees on the news, like she gets really worked up about it. And I'm like,
That's
and,
an empath,
and she
yeah.
thinks that I'm a psycho because she's like, how do you not care about that? I'm like, I care, just can't do anything about it.
I'm a Buddha, hun. I'm a
It's
Buddha.
not, it's not going to bring me down.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
not
a
gonna bring me
Buddha.
down. But love her.
Anyway,
It's good to have emotions. Also good. Like I feel like I try to control.
This means you're
so
alive.
if you can do something about it, do it. If you can't, don't
Don't worry
about it.
about it.
Yeah, I
Just-
like that.
Just like my friend in high school, he had a shirt. It said,
Don't worry, be happy.
don't, what was it? Don't sweat the petty stuff and don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Hey,
Hey,
that
moving
took
on.
a sharp turn.
Don't
Moving on.
Don't sweat
Alright.
the petty stuff.
Moving on.
We on one of our last episodes, I can't remember if it was last one or the one before that, we talked a bit about the shootout in the NHL and how we don't want it to exist anymore.
You know what? I watched the shootout. It was kind of exciting when it's back and
Oh,
forth.
it's terrible.
Okay, so
I just can't stand the shootout. I want to see 3-on-3 till it's over.
so
I
my
don't care if they play the next morning.
3-on-3 is good, but like for kids, it's cool for them to see like their stars.
It's too
go up.
slow. It slows everything down. By the time like you have to like pick your lineups, the goalies go to their side. Like
Yeah.
it's adding. It's the same. You might as well just add the extra 3 minutes to 3-on-3.
yeah. So this we talked about that already. So this is a bit of a different
Yeah. Sorry.
slightly different topic, but under the same vein. We like overtime hockey. We like the excitement of it. The shootout generally slows things down. There are some highlight, like it's good for a highlight pack, right?
Pretty
Like,
much it, yeah.
That's pretty much all it's good for.
Yeah.
And because it's a definite, it's going to end. But what the NHL just announced is that they're exploring tweaking the 3-on-3 overtime rules. This was just today.
Wow.
And I
Okay.
think this could make
Breaking news.
No offside.
Jeremy,
my
gosh,
goodness,
just
Jer's like
destroying people's ears.
I pushed a random button. I went for it. Hey,
You're like a child.
yeah. Jer is
why'd you have that turned up to 11?
For the intro song.
Oh, okay.
It's not 11. It's technically just level, like 0.
No, Hayden,
Um,
it turns up to 11. It's the new board. It goes to 11.
Keeping you guys on track is just impossible. All right.
Someone's never.
So they're exploring tweaking the 3-on-3 overtime rules.
Mhm.
And I could see this making some sense. Basically, make it more likely that a goal is going to be scored in overtime so that there's less shootouts.
In which way? How do you
Take away
make it
offsides?
more like? Oh,
So this is the
get rid of the blue line.
I mean, that is an option, but basically teams have discovered that possession is key.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So
You
they're
can't go backwards.
yeah, no,
The red line. They're adding the red line rule. You can't cross back.
the over and back rule.
Ah.
So once you cross over the red line, you're not allowed to bring it back.
Yes, makes sense.
I
I,
can see
like
that
that.
coming,
So
yeah.
yeah.
so that is one. The other they're experimenting the possibility of is a shot clock, which is like
Ah,
No,
I don't like
nah,
that one.
that's-
No,
you can't
it's
do
too
that.
basketball-y.
Can't do that
Please
in a
don't.
hockey game.
No.
It's like, and they're not. It's hard to look up at the scoreboard.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
No.
Over and
that's-
back, even,
that,
like,
that would
it-
ruin.
Over and back is even tough because like
It does get a little annoying when like they get the zone and
well,
then
like part of it's like it's possession. Like you get like it makes sense because
it's too much area to have possession of
when your
3-on-3,
team
right?
gets it, you're like blessed. We can just like go for a change and like
Oh,
but
isn't it the worst when the other team gets it? Like they
Yeah.
win it and then they just keep bringing it out of the zone and regrouping, out of the zone and regrouping. It's like, please just let the Leafs touch the puck.
it makes
once.
the face off for overtime like the
Huge.
most
So
the
important.
game decider
And
basically,
that's why the Leafs they'll put out Kampf.
which doesn't make sense to me. But
I guess he's like more responsible
marginally better.
defensively.
No, but who cares? Like put your best player on the ice.
yeah.
Well,
I never agreed with that. I'm like,
I thought it was it was something they were trying, but essentially it's like, okay, if Camp wins it, he gets off and Matthews comes on. If he loses, now he's I guess a better forechecker to get the puck back, and then once they get it, then he gets
See,
off.
that's
I don't
where I
agree with that
disagree.
either. I
Same.
think Matthews.
I
is the
think
best
that
takeaway guy in the league.
Matthews is and the best players that they put your best line out there.
Yep.
And if they lose the face-off, they lose the face-off, but they're more likely to get it back than someone else.
And you want that moment when they get the puck to quickly move it up to Matthews so he can go in and score.
Yeah, like
Right.
the excitement right off the draw, you know? There's more upside for sure. So I've always felt that way, but back to the NHL exploring tweaking the
Yep.
3-on-3
Yep.
rules. I say that like my opinion, I was thinking about it just in the past like hour while you guys were riffing on random
Hey, we have
random
deep
ideas.
conversations up
segment,
here.
that's the
Free
next
pod.
segment.
Yeah.
So is that just the two things? That's all they suggested?
Those are the two things that they're considering.
It's okay.
what was it
I
too?
could come up with better.
A shot clock and the
Oh, the
over
shot
and back
clock's
rule.
ridiculous.
That's a terrible idea.
So this is my theory or
Mhm.
my idea.
Yep.
And I want to see what you guys think of it.
I've got a great idea after yours.
I have one too. I'd
Okay.
also like to share.
Let's fix this right now. Let's go, Hayden.
My idea is a combination of the two. So
What?
when you have possession of the puck,
Yep.
you have a certain amount of time to attack the zone, basically.
You have to get the zone in a certain amount of time. Okay.
Like basically you have to get it across their blue line
Yeah.
within a certain amount of time.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
The thing I don't like about the shot clock, and this isn't what
Yeah.
you just said, I'm just going back to shot clock, is the excitement of the like possession is like the building, mounting pressure, and it's like you could take a shot and not hit the goalie. Does that count as a shot if it's like blocked?
That's why I don't agree with the shot.
Right? What if
clock.
you shoot and miss the net?
But that's why I'm saying so hear me out with my
Yeah.
my idea. It's a way to force the team each team to have to advance the
It's to
puck.
speed things up a little faster. Yeah.
And also if say you wouldn't really be staring up at the clock, right? But there'd be like a buzzer or a sound that plays when there's like 10 seconds.
Oh, I see. Like
so
a little
then
noise.
so then the buzzer goes and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, we have to gain the zone, but we don't want to give the puck away.
Or like a Mario Kart, like doo.
Yeah, like a beep or whatever noise it would be. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The sound is irrelevant. Something so that they know without having to look at the scoreboard. I could see a scenario where it's like, oh shoot, there's only a second left, and they have to dump it in.
So would
Yeah.
it be every
And-
time it changes possession, this clock starts?
Yeah,
So like, okay.
and it could be like 20 seconds or something, just so you don't get those moments where guys are like, oh, Matthews is on the ice, oh, McDavid's on the ice. Let's just rag the puck for 30 seconds
Yeah.
and just keep it until he gets off, so we can try and attack. It's like because that's where I think overtime and 3-on-3 gets boring is when the teams are just passing the puck around, bring it out to the red line. The over and back rule would solve that.
I kind of like the over and back rule.
I think that would, because then it's like,
Once you cross the red, you can't go back there. It just it
Keeps the
shrinks the
pressure.
zone a little more.
Yeah.
And
and there's no time issue like of communicating the time to the players because like who's looking at the shot
But, like,
clock.
what if your team like misses a pass and the puck goes over the freaking red line again? And then like, are you allowed to go grab that puck?
That's an interesting question. Yeah, like how would they enforce that rule, right?
No, the over and back rule is like
You can't carry it over.
I think it's like the offside or something. Like the whistle would blow or something.
Yeah, I think a whistle would go.
Yeah.
Probably. All right, Chippy, what's your idea?
My idea
Yeah,
would be just remove offsides,
I think that's kind of crazy.
and now it's just like straight pawn puck.
Yeah,
Guys,
I think that's kind of
For
crazy.
the overtime only.
Yeah, oh yeah,
yeah, overtime only.
three on three. Just like forget about any of the lines. There's no.
So then they'd be less likely to want to keep a possession game because they don't have to have possession and get a good chance. They can just fire
They
it
could
down.
fire it down the ice,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
skates for
Get rid of icing. Get rid of
Guys.
No
offside.
icing, no offsides.
No, it's just pond.
We could call it bubblehead overtime.
Yeah,
Pawn
straight,
puck.
straight pawn puck. Like,
Right.
let's just go.
Go hard.
Yeah, we're playing 3-on-3. It's
that would
already a
open the
different
game up. Yeah.
Complete no rules.
Mm.
Yeah.
I would say no penalties.
Chippy's for just chaos. Call it chaos overtime.
Chaos, like
Yeah.
remove the refs.
So my idea, which is just absolutely genius, is you just take the nets and you put them cross ice, and
Oh my God, Timbits.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
there you go, cross ice hockey, 3-on-3.
You get two overtimes going at once, and whichever team scores both sides first wins.
Oh, there you go. That's a great one. You line up 10 pucks on the blue line, and each team goes out of the door.
Oh,
Let's just do
my-
a 10-puck shootout.
10-puck shootout.
That was my favorite drill
Oh,
in
that's-
practice.
That is a
That's
good
10
one.
puck. We're doing 10 puck.
Next guy can't go till you get to the bench.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you got to haul butt back.
Okay, it looks like we solved the NHL's problems.
Obviously, yeah.
Contact us anytime, NHL.
Yes.
We're full of ideas.
We are your new marketing.
They're exploring ideas, so they might as well reach out to us. We got lots of ideas.
They should have
Tons.
notifications turned
Yeah.
on.
So anyway, what else is happening in hockey?
Oh,
Edmonton.
They're winning a couple games in a row.
yeah. Ever since
Good
they
for them.
they
Yeah,
got-
yeah.
ever
got-
since they switched their coach.
They switched the coach. Now they're hot.
Yep.
Yeah, Jay
Are they gonna
Woodcroft
make? Are
fired.
they gonna make the playoffs?
Well, how far out are they?
They're like
are they
they're
last
like
or second?
dead
What-
last.
What's their coach's name? Knobloch?
I don't know. I saw an interview of him. They asked like what it means, like who's helped you get here, what it means to you, or whatever, and he was choking up about like his family and his wife and stuff. It was pretty.
Wasn't he?
It's nice to see,
McDavid's
honestly.
OHL coach.
Yeah. How crazy is that? Like,
Was he? Oh, that's
yes,
unreal.
for the Otters.
Wow.
Knobloch, that's his name. Have you guys noticed?
11-1-2.
That's terrible. Eh? Have you guys noticed a trend in the Oilers head coaches?
No, I have not.
Let's see if I'll just tell you a little story here. So it sounds like the Ken Hitchcock wasn't doing the job, so they decided to try just the Dave Tippett,
Okay, Jer.
and eventually, that didn't get the
What?
job done either.
I don't even know what you're saying right now.
Well, so
Jer's speaking in innuendo right now.
they thought maybe the Jay Woodcroft would get it done, but now they're just going to Knobloch.
You are so funny.
Hmm?
The humor is just unbelievable.
I just
This guy just oozes dad joke essence.
This guy's talking about the male anatomy.
I was just thinking maybe they should just try it Lindy Ruff, and that
God.
I don't even
in the Jared
know
Bednar.
what's going on right now.
You know? Thank
It's a-
you.
It's a children's pod.
I'm just talking about NHL coaches.
Yeah.
Just talking about NHL coaches here.
Mm,
You're
yeah.
insinuating with your delivery and tone.
Mhm.
All right,
It's not
Edmonton
going
is
over my head. Jared.
Edmonton is in second last.
Not going over your head. Okay.
They have 9
Oh.
points. San Jose has 5
You
points.
are insanity.
Nashville has 10. Chicago has 10, and those are the bottom 4 teams.
Oh, it is
Um,
Insane that the Oilers were in the basement with the San Jose Sharks. Like, how does that even happen?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I think I might have said this on the last pod, but I could open the door for McDavid and Draisaitl, and we'd end up probably in a wild card.
That's what Jay Woodcroft didn't do. He wasn't opening the door for him.
No,
You got to get on that gate. You got to get on that gate.
You're doing too much if you lose with the bet. Like,
You know what? You're almost right. If you're losing with McDavid and Draisaitl, you shouldn't. You're not double shifting them. You know,
and Darnell Nurse ain't bad. Zach Hyman's decent.
Darnell Nurse is probably their worst defenseman.
Is he?
Yeah, he's brutal right
Bouchard.
now. Bouchard's been all right.
Click on their stats. I want to see some plus minuses here, eh?
I think actually the bigger surprise is Vancouver.
Vancouver is amazing. That the run they have.
11-3-1.
Yeah, Because they were not great last season, eh?
No, they were like Pedersen's gross though.
Yes. And Brock Besser decided to
He's underrated. I
be
think he's
Besser
my
again.
Most underrated, like under talked about, underappreciated star in the game. No one even talks about him. He's like leading the league in points.
Well, he was like he went on a goal scoring streak 2 years ago, and then last year he just kind of
I think
like
he's always been nasty. Like
yeah. He's underappreciated for sure. All right, we're going plus minuses for the Oilers here. Click on the old plus minus sign there.
David
Give
12
me
and
a sort.
12. Jeez, McDavid's struggling. He's got like
He is,
point per
eh?
game struggling.
Oh, our buddy Sam Gagne. Hey, +1. They need to get him out there more
Team
often.
one. He was playing on the first line, I think, with Davo and Dreisaitl.
The only one on this team with a plus is Cody Ceci, who they dealt.
Oh
And
my.
or Ceci retired?
Games played 14. No, he's played 14.
No, it was Zach Cassian. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, CC didn't retire.
No, not my bad.
There's only 2 players on Edmonton with a positive plus minus.
Ceci and Gagne, who
I guess Draisaitl and James Hamblin. I've never even heard of that
Imagine
guy.
the people that predicted
yeah, who's the worst?
Davo
Darnell Nurse.
160
Warren
points.
Fogle,
Wasn't
Brett
that you?
Kulak.
Was you?
I was
I
predicting.
said 130.
Dude, he's
Maybe
still McDavid is having a terrible season right now. He's still at a point per game. 12 points in 12 games.
Yeah, but not 2 points per game.
Oh, just wait. He's got a new his Erie Otters head coach is here to save the day.
There's 82 games in a season, boys. It's
Yeah,
a
so
long
he's
season.
got 70. How many does he have to score in 70? 140 in 70 games?
I mean, he did 100 and
Yeah, he had 100.
150.
I think he had 105 points in like 52 games. didn't he?
yeah. So it's definitely not
It's possible.
out of the question in terms of
Double
them,
down on your bet then.
in terms of them making the playoffs.
You gonna double down?
What do
on
you
it?
guys think?
Not yeah, they'll squeak in. They'll squeak in.
They're gonna go like and just play good hockey the rest of the year, or you think they'll have ups and downs and just squeak in at the last minute?
It's gonna not look good, and then all of a sudden they'll start coming together because it's a long season,
But that's like then saying that all these other teams are gonna start doing bad.
right? Because they've got
it's
LA.
what if, what if these
Vancouver.
other teams just are the real deal too?
Mm-hmm.
And like LA got Byfield, he's clicking. Byfield's clicking.
True.
He's wearing Stye and Flow buckets into the game.
Oh,
I don't know
there
if you
we
guys Saw
go.
that? Send
Love
him,
to see that.
send him Byfield a package out.
Yep.
He's my guy. That's my guy.
All right.
8-3-3, lighting it up. Like that means like the Ducks have to do terrible.
Well, I was just about to bring up the Ducks. Our boy Leo Carlson,
Ooh.
With the Hattie,
the Hattie the other
friend of the
night.
pod.
Yep.
Ooh.
He's been watching my YouTube videos. He's been checking out your
Yeah,
TikToks.
oh,
eh?
yeah.
You know.
He's tuned in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been
They're 7-3 in the last 10.
Yeah,
They
they
went on
were
a
doing
streak.
well. They're 4th in the Pacific right now.
they had like 8 comeback wins in a row or something ridiculous like that.
So who makes the top 4?
Yeah, and then I think in the Western Conference, the 5th spot can like fight for a wild card with the Central.
With the other, let's go look at the other division.
I'm on
So St. Louis.
St. Louis and Anaheim are basically wild card spots right now. Arizona is tickling the wild card spot, which is crazy.
Is 4th the wild card spot or the 5th? I thought.
I just got it right there.
No,
the
4th. The 4th.
Oh, okay.
Fourth.
4th is.
It could be 4th or 5th.
That's what I'm saying.
It
So,
Depends
like,
what comes from either.
depends on whose slots where. Yeah.
So like
I'm just used to it being like usually 2 teams from one division are in the wild card.
Yeah,
Edmonton will have to go on like a Boston like 15 in a row type.
it'll
thing.
happen.
You think it's gonna happen, but you don't know that.
Yeah.
I think so. My prediction for the Oilers the rest of the season is that it's going to be a grind, like back and forth. They're going to just kind of slowly start winning more games than what they have for the start of the season, and they'll be in the running for the wild card, and then they're going to turn it on and just miss. That's my theory.
Okay. Here is why.
Ooh.
They're going to turn it on and they're going to come up just like 1 point short. Like it's going to be a nail biter.
Ooh.
Here is why
And the McDavid
the
chance.
Oilers are going to make the playoffs, and I'm predicting this in November. Okay, they've got McDavid to lose.
That's what I just
They-
said too.
They do not
McDavid's
want
getting
to lose
traded.
McDavid. No, he's going to demand.
out.
Right?
Yeah.
He's going to
McDavid's
demand. If they do
out.
not make the playoffs, he's going to demand to be out of there. So they need to make those playoffs. So come trade deadline, if things aren't looking good for them, they're going to move some pieces. And if he says that we need a good tendy, they're going to get a good tendy.
Right.
Right? If he says we need to fix this defense, he's got his buddy coach from the Erie Otters. Right? He's got that chemistry, that player coach chemistry.
Yeah, it just
So they're gonna figure it
becomes
out.
too much going on. I just think it's too much of a distraction when they
Nope.
start doing that. Yeah.
No, well,
Yeah.
There's
this
too
is a-
much
this
to
is-
lose.
This is the National League.
They can't
These
just.
other teams aren't just going to fold because McDavid wants to make the playoffs.
Yeah, so that's why I say that I think
Like
they're
you're,
going to
like,
be
thinking-
close.
Yeah, it's like one player can't do it all, and that's what we've seen. That's why their starts.
That's the thing. The one player, McDavid, is putting the pressure on the entire team, the coach, the management. The management does not want to lose McDavid, so they're
But
going
what
to be
happens
in
when
desperation
what happens
mode.
when you try to force? What does the Buddha say?
Sometimes desperation is the agent of change.
When you try to overly force, you just it takes up a lot of your mind,
Mhm.
takes up a lot of your consciousness.
You talked
and
about it on the last
Yes, we
episode.
did.
The vibrations, the energy.
You're putting so much force and effort when it's really just you need to let it come to you, and it's hard to do that when you're
Losing games.
losing games, and now you're like, oh, we have to make it, or McDavid's gone. All the pressure now. The defenseman can't do any gap control now because they're so worried about McDavid leaving, and it's like, ooh.
Too much pressure. So you feel they're going to become overcome by pressure, not make the playoffs?
I just think they're going to.
They're not going to make the playoffs.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Tell me, yes
I
or no.
think I'm trying to make an educated response
Perfect.
and think about what I'm about to say.
Is it too much pressure and you can't do it?
You're in my ear and I can't get anything out right now.
Mhm.
So I do think Edmonton's going to have some runs.
Okay.
There's going to be up and downs, but I also think other teams are going to be performing probably above what they're supposed to. So Edmonton's underperforming, but then now there's teams that are like the Ducks, like 7-3. No one expected that.
Mhm.
You're saying a lot of words here, Chippy.
That's what this podcast is, right? Saying
I
words.
want a yes or a no. Oilers make the playoffs.
I say no.
Okay.
I say no.
The way
Follow-up question. If they don't make it, is McDavid gone? Does he demand a trade?
I think he's going to LA.
same division.
He's gonna
Ooh.
follow. He's gonna follow.
It's the Gretzky.
He's gonna follow Gretz.
History repeats itself. Could you imagine?
He's going to LA.
That would be electric, honestly.
Gets traded to LA for nothing except for a boatload of cash directly to the owner and like a Cadillac.
No, he's at LA.
Millie.
An old school trade. Eh?
LA. Where else could I could only see him in LA? I don't know where else I could see him.
It is tough.
Obviously Toronto.
Toronto, but like we got Pappy, you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's Toronto's not happening. Even though McDavid would.
Where else
probably
would we
be
see
He
See
goes to
McDavid.
Chicago and he just takes Bedard under his wing.
willing.
Like, because they could you imagine?
Bedard's gonna put. Bedard's got more points than Davo.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
But Bedard's going to put
How much does Bedard have? Can we look that up?
Bedard's going to put
Yeah.
McDavid under his wing. No, but could you imagine? Because Chicago has Bedard on the cheap for at least 3 years, right? He's going to make his rookie, like, what is it, 800,000 a year.
13 points in 13. So
Yep.
same point per game.
So
He's got one more point than McDavid.
if
It's one more
but-
game played.
Yeah.
if McDavid went to Chicago next year, they would have a guaranteed McDavid Bedard combo for 2 more years, 2 full seasons. Which is pretty crazy.
McDavid,
Yeah,
Bedard.
but
Collins.
like,
Pretty crazy.
here's a question: does McDavid to Chicago even make a difference in terms of like, will Chicago be all of a sudden a Stanley Cup contender?
I feel like
I don't
It'd
think
be
so.
another
I
Edmonton,
feel like
where they just have not the defense of the
Yeah, exactly. Like if Edmonton's had McDavid and Draisaitl for however many years and they can't seem to win, and Chicago's literally rebuilding, I don't think McDavid could even carry them to
Ed-
a conference final, let alone the
how's
Stanley
Chicago
Cup.
doing? Are they like? I feel like they might. I feel like they might surprise.
They've got
well,
10 points.
Okay,
They're not that good.
Bedard is heating up though. He's getting comfortable now, and he's doing stuff that he
5
was
and 8,
doing
it's not
in the
terrible.
dub, right?
Yeah.
Like the first few games, you didn't see like the Bedard, and now he's like sneaking up
Multi-point
on people's like lifting their stick, turning, just ripping from like the goal line.
Yeah.
he's doing
that's
Bedard stuff now.
Filthy.
He's
man.
doing Bedard stuff now. So
like
that's
4-point
that's-
games and
yeah,
stuff like
that's
that.
nice to see.
Yeah, like
It's nice to see.
Yeah, that goal where he stole the puck and went shelf is just ridiculous.
and then that Selly like
from the goal line.
stares
basically.
down the crowd.
Yeah, just like
Oh yeah, and then he
he's
goes
so
up.
old.
And he's 18. He's barely 18.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Bedard in his 20s. Watch out.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna put on even more size. Like he's so dedicated. He's only gonna get better.
I saw him on the bench with the iPad talking to Perry or something like that. They're talking to
Telling Corey Perry what's
yeah.
up.
She's like, notice this stuff. I don't do that.
He's
stuff.
like, he's got the iPad. He's like, okay, so
I don't love the iPad stuff.
which bird should I launch here to take? I'm trying to get 3 stars on this level of Angry Bird. Should I use the glass one and then
He's saying slingshot.
slingshot it and
He-
then tap?
He asked the video coach. He's like, "You got any games on your iPad?"
Yeah,
He's
like,
18, eh?
Yeah.
Coach, I'm bored.
Got any games on your iPad?
Coach, I'm bored. I'm just walking these guys. Is there something I could do in between shifts to keep my mind away?
Oh my gosh.
Coach, magic tiles, quick. Hey? let me just get a quick song in here.
Let me play some Subway Surfers quick.
Subway Surf. Give me some TV timeout, coach. Subway Surfer. I'm trying to get a high score.
Coach.
Bedard, you got to go on.
Coach,
Pause
you check the Instagram, make sure they got that sniz up. Make sure they got that little stick lift under the bar ski real quick.
Leave a comment for my account when they post it so I get top likes.
All right. So we had a little
Make sure Chippy makes a video about that one.
we had a little chat before the pod, and we're gonna try a few of different segments. That
Oh,
we
yeah.
talked about.
We were just doing the segment where we were pretending to be Bedard.
Yeah, we pretty much were. But Chippy has a segment. I think we're gonna call it Minute Madness. Is that what you want to
Minute
call
Madness. Minute Madness.
it? What is it?
Minute Madness is you have 60 seconds. You think of a scenario. You think of the characters.
You think of the scenario.
I think of the scenario because
We're getting
so creative.
into
and
the
mine's
mind
just
of the genius.
unbelievably genius-like. Thank you, Jer. And we're gonna do 60 seconds on the clock. Every episode, there's gonna be maybe 1 or 2 scenarios. I think maybe just one for this one.
I think if we're flowing, we should just okay, let's do another one. Like we were messing
Yes.
around before the pod and like
Yes. So
The-
it's all improv. So none of this
Dang.
is like
We're not nothing planned.
nothing planned. And today we have nothing planned.
no, I'm
Um,
waiting to hear what our scenario is.
So today's scenario,
Minute Madness.
Minute Madness, is going to be a coach cutting a player in tryouts.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I guess in this scenario, I'm gonna play the coach.
Okay.
Okay.
Jer's gonna play the kid.
I'm the kid.
Hayden's gonna play the dad.
Wait, am I like a squeaky hey coach? Like am I 8? Am I 10?
Just it's improv. You know what I mean? We
Oh,
gotta
okay,
play off
I'll
each
let
other.
you
I don't-
play off.
got-
You don't know.
You act as the kid. I'm gonna act
Okay,
as the coach.
okay.
And I'm the
okay.
dad.
And
The
you're
dad of
you're
the.
the dad. So essentially, the scenario is coach is in the room, waiting for the dad and the son to come in, and dad and son come in, and now I have to break the news. Coach has to break the news.
All right.
So I'm coach. Jeremy's the son. Hayden's the dad.
Daddy.
Okay.
All right.
And we have 60 seconds.
All right, I'm gonna get it going. You want me to open it up?
Open what up?
60
I'm
seconds.
open
might
the
not
door of the
even be
dressing
enough.
room.
Oh.
We'll let it run.
Yeah. Look.
We'll let it run. We'll give ourselves about 60
we go.
seconds. All right.
Yep. Just come on in, guys.
Oh, hey.
Just come on and take a seat. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing good. Thanks, coach.
Good. Yep.
Yeah. So I just want to come on here quickly, just talk about the tryouts. How do you guys think it went?
I was skating really hard.
My son, he was trying really hard out there. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, honestly, it was really competitive tryouts.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people came out. I think we had over 300 kids on that ice at one point.
Yeah, I was chatting with the parents. This is crazy. I don't know how you guys ran this practice, honestly.
Yeah, it was very intense, and obviously now it's my decision on who makes this team and where this is going to progress to. So I just want to say thank you so much for coming out. We really liked a lot of stuff about your game.
Mhm.
What would you say is your strongest suit? What's
Oh.
your strongest feature out there on the ice?
I think my shot. I've been like working on my shot like every day in the garage. Been watching Coach Jeremy's videos. I was doing that. There's this Coach Chippy guy doing that toe drag release. Did you see that?
Yeah, no,
Coach,
I would say your shot's one of your
Shot.
stronger suits.
Remember?
Well, also, you're always boosting up your team, right?
Oh yeah.
Right, Johnny? Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
honestly, I saw some really good stuff. We were really excited. This year, really tough lineup to crack. Very tough. We had a lot of talent come out. And this year, we decided to go a different way.
Wait. What are you saying?
We've already talked to the North Central Predators organization, and they're going to take you for a tryout. This year, it was just too competitive. The defensive position, we had so many good defensemen.
You're kidding. Kevin can't even skate, and he hasn't come in here yet. What are you talking about
Dad.
Johnny for?
Dad, just please just relax for a second.
What about those Timbits I gave you?
I scored 3 in the warm up, Coach.
yeah, so this year it's not going to work out on this team. Thank you so much for coming. But like I said, if you guys want to go try out,
Central's an
and the
hour drive.
and if you're committed, they're really happy to give your son a try.
We were committed to this team. He's been shooting pucks every day for a week.
Yeah, and again, I apologize. We had so many players come out this year. Your son is extremely talented.
I got the brand new Bauer agent. It was $450. I thought for sure that. Have you seen
Yeah.
my shot? I was ripping it, bar dizzle.
Great shot.
That came
And
out of the
I want
Christmas
I
fund.
want you guys to keep working on your game, and maybe next year. Honestly, next year, keep working on your game. Try out.
We're moving.
We're gonna wish you all the best, but we do have to get going here. We do have to get going and on to the next.
This is ridiculous. I'm heading
I
out.
apologize, guys.
Johnny, let's
I'm
go.
gonna need you guys to just leave now.
Johnny, we're getting out of here. We're moving to Calgary.
I hate hockey. Sign me up for tennis, Dad. Sign me up for tennis.
That was pretty good.
3-minute segment.
We got wait. We gotta.
It was 3 minutes. It was 3.
Oh my goodness.
We end the. We need like a little sound effect so we know.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I think a minute's too.
We
quick.
hit 3. Yeah, we need
Yeah.
3-minute madness.
3-minute
um,
madness.
but we'll
I guess
call
they
it Minute Madness,
Yeah,
and it
Minute
never
Madness.
hits it.
Never hits a minute.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know whether to be like serious or just like jokey, but I think it's better to try to keep it like realistic.
Yeah, it has to be realistic.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
has to be realistic.
Well, there has to be like I don't know. We work some humor into there. Right?
Yes, like.
That was good. That was fun. I like that.
Well, because as soon as it gets like unrealistic, then it's like.
It takes people out of
True.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. It should be more slice of life,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. So that was fun.
That was-
So
I think should we lean in like the more uncomfortable? Just make it not like jokey, but uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like awkward, like.
well, it depends on the scenario that Chippy comes up with.
Well,
That's
that's
the
what I'm
fun
s-
of it.
But that's what I mean. Like, because I can take this in any direction. Like, if I can make up any scenario. So he says that you're trying to cut me, and you don't know this is coming. I could be like, oh, by the way, I'm looking forward to going to your kid's birthday party on the weekend, right? And then it's like suddenly, oh, now this scenario is that he is my kid's friend. Oh,
Yeah.
By the way, Coach, yeah, your son invited me to his birthday on the weekend. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Right?
we're really excited to have you on.
Oh, right?
Over.
And now it just makes it awkward for you, and you're like, yeah, that'll be great.
My mom's gonna bring meatloaf.
And we're planning a few sleepovers. Like I know our first game is next week, right, Coach? Right?
Yeah, about that. We're just gonna need to take a couple steps back here and just talk about how the tryouts went.
Oh yeah. Like I think I was really keeping up with everyone out there. I mean,
Yeah, you're a great skater.
I got that one drill like the 4th or 5th time after you demoed it 2 or 3 times for me.
yeah. Honestly,
My shots were always on.
We're improving again.
my shots were always on target whenever I was at the top of the crease. I never missed.
We'll just. How about this, Chippy? We won't think too much about it. We'll just
Just
flow.
flow?
yeah, we'll just
It's
flow.
just a minute madness, but we'll just flow.
Yeah.
We'll just go with
That
whatever.
was our first attempt.
Yeah.
Try to
Let us
win
know
Minute
in the
Madness,
comments
yeah.
if you like that. We should. So our goal is to each of us have like a fun segment that
Yep.
we're gonna do. Jeremy's done this one before, and he wants to continue it, and that's Rupke's rants.
Oh, Rupke's rants.
After that, I'm gonna do hypotheticals. So I'll come up with like a hypothetical situation or scenario, and kind of we'll just chat about it. It's more like hockey related things. Often
Yep.
I'll probably want to talk about the Leafs.
Yep.
So I got something for that today. Then we're
Beauty.
gonna do most Canadian.
Oh yeah.
You guys all love that.
Most Canadian things to prepare for winter.
Yeah.
What's the most Canadian thing to do before the winter hits?
Yes.
That's
And
what
then
I'm
we'll
looking for.
finish it off with drafting the best things to do in the snow.
Oh,
Another winter
very
theme.
Canadian.
Yeah, I like these segments. I like how we're.
Beauty.
I think it's gonna make it easier for us to stay on. Like we won't go like one episode 50 minutes, the next episode 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Keep a consistent time
All right.
frame.
I'm gonna get rid of my rant.
Rupke's
Let's
rants.
go.
All right.
This week's rant is gurus and the online gurus.
Mm.
Oh,
And this is something that has always bothered me. It's such a focus, and you guys can chime in after, but it's,
I'm going to.
It's a quick one. I just despise how much emphasis is put on how much money you make and to escape the matrix. And that might be a second one. Maybe next week is about escaping the matrix, but this one's more about the gurus because I know, Chippy, you've talked about this a bit, right? But I'll focus this week on the gurus and then focus on money.
Like the financial gurus you're talking about.
You like basically they make if you
okay, explain what a guru is, because like I know what it
It's-
means.
it's
the guys that
the gurus are like,
they're selling a
look
course.
at me, look at my private jet, look at how hard I work, look at how much money I have, and you are a piece of if you don't make money. If you are not as wealthy as me, if you don't dress as nice as me, if you don't have the cars I have, you don't have luxury watches,
And if you want to be
you-
like me,
you have failed at life, right? It's
Is that a guru or is
but
that
what are they
just-
trying to sell? Like, explain the bottom end of what this
Right.
guru is
Yeah.
trying to do.
so essentially, I think it's a twofold thing. Number one, they probably just love the power. They want everyone to follow them and think they're the best. But once they get that following and like this thing of success, then obviously they're trying to sell something, right? There's always a course, but there's the fake gurus. That's annoying as well. But my just biggest beef is that a lot of
Your
people
rant? Rupke's rant.
Rupke's rant. My biggest rant is just on the emphasis that, or I guess this the spotlight that's given to these people. Nobody talks about what's actually important in life because you can have a lot of money, you can be in that position and not be happy.
Right.
And putting out this idea that like,
So
once
is it? Okay, I'm just going to come in quickly.
great?
Is it the guru's fault or is it society's fault for what they place value on? Because all the guru is taking advantage of what society deems
what people
as
idealize. Yeah.
as important.
Mhm.
So like the guru probably is like, I don't really care about these things, but I know if I have a Lamborghini in my video, people are gonna think I'm, or if I have a lot of followers, people are gonna think I'm something that I'm not, and they want to be like me. So therefore, I'm gonna have my course on how to make money or my course on how to drop ship a product, right?
Right.
So like that's what they're trying to do.
Money is influence and influence is power.
Really, the
Right.
guru, that's their marketing tactic, right? That's
Yep.
that's what they're going, and that's how they get the attention. Really, gurus are content creators, and they're making money by
Exploiting
not
people's
actually
want to make
not
money.
actually doing what they're selling.
Yeah.
Because if they were doing what they're selling, and they wouldn't want anyone else to be doing it. Because if they were actually making money doing
Well,
what they're-
okay, let's go with like Tony Robbins. He's like a big rah rah hype guy.
yeah, he's an actor. He's a
Right.
marketing guy. He's not a
Yeah.
I'm calling out Grant Cardone.
oh,
He's got
my private jet.
the 10x whatever principle. The one that really stuck out to me is he went after his mom. He's like, something along the lines of like, oh, I wouldn't want to be like my mom because she wasted her life raising us kids, and
That's crazy.
she didn't go after her dreams. I'm like, dude,
That's so
It was
like
a different time.
tone deaf.
what if she enjoyed the time she spent with her children?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what if she's proud of how you guys turned out?
How could she be proud of that? Though?
Like, what does he want her to do? Send them all to boarding school so she can go off and pursue like an
selling a,
be a
a
CEO?
course online?
she could have been the CEO of PepsiCo and never seen her children. How is that successful?
yeah.
Right? So it's like I haven't found a good guru who's like establish relationships, be good to other people.
I think it's books.
there are good ones.
yeah.
I think you gotta like read books to accomplish
Yeah,
that.
But I
Because it comes from within. So you have to read and witness and interpret in order for you to attain those things. But what Chippy was saying about is it society's fault or is it their fault? I think it's neither. I think it's that their success or what they deem successful of like, okay, I need to look like I make a lot of money
Yep.
and exploit these people. It depends on people's desire and idolization of money.
Yep.
And that money will buy you happiness.
that's the issue is the happiness part.
Yes.
That they're selling happiness, and people think that if I could only make more money
They're
and
selling
be
a
rich,
lifestyle.
I would be happy.
hmm
But I'm going to challenge everyone who's listening right now. Go through this scenario with me, and I'll question you two as well. Put you on the spot.
All right.
If you found you got $100 million,
Mhm.
boom, you just made it.
Mm-hmm.
You got that 100 milli.
I
That's
have
a
it.
lot.
I already feel like I'm there.
What do you do now?
The thing with the 100 million is like 100 million doesn't mean anything. It's really the spiritual win. I was actually watching a book or reading an episode of not reading.
You're not my target audience. I'm just kidding.
watching an episode of Alan Watts, and it's like it's
Yep.
talks about like it's actually the spiritual win you want because you have 100 million.
Yep.
But now, what do you do with your day? Like, what do you
Right.
do with your day to day?
Yep.
Like, what is it that you actually like to do? Like,
Yep.
do you
Mm-hmm.
because you're like that's what he says. You're gonna you live this reality where you get everything you ever wanted. So every day you wake
Yep.
up, everything you ever desired, you get. And then you get to about 70, and you're like, what's next? And that's like, and then he says
Drinking.
you'll end up dreaming where you are now.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because
It comes full
because-
circle.
because you'll want
Basically
you'll want
the-
something that's unknown.
Yeah.
Because you got everything you ever wanted, but then you'll end up dreaming where you are now, and that's something that you can't control, and you
It's
can't.
the
you don't know
taxi
what's gonna happen
driver,
next.
that billionaire oil guy, and he's like, I wish I could trade my life for yours,
Right.
Yeah.
right? Like, get me out of here. He's
Yeah,
stuck
we talked about that last
last
episode.
week. All right, Hayden. So you get $100 million. What do?
Probably
You won the lottery.
nothing. If anything, go off the grid, like buy a house and go off the grid for like a couple years and just think about life.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what's wild is there's a lot of people with absolutely no money that live that way,
hmm
right?
Yeah,
In fact,
you don't need money to do that,
no.
but
money makes it easier to.
No. This guy Titus, he lives off grid in. It's a great YouTube video. This guy goes and finds him. I think he's in
No,
like
but
the
But
Appalachians.
he needs a camera. He needs like. There's things you still need money for. Like, how do you get that land?
Oh, it's super cheap. You buy it where it's cheap,
But
and
you still need money for that. That's what I'm saying. Like, you still like money. Like money opens up.
mhm.
I would
makes
say
things easier. Like makes like
I would
like
say
when you don't have to worry about money, it opens up your mind for less worry. Like a lot of people's biggest like mind space taking over, like the thing that they think about the most is like how to like put food on the table.
Yep.
Like once you don't have to worry about that, your mind
it
opens.
does help.
It allows you to
for
be
sure
more.
helps.
It allows you to be more creative. Like it makes things a little easier. You don't got to worry what hotel you're staying in when you go on vacation. Like there's not like you don't got to worry if can we get that
It's-
steak?
It's nice to be struggling. Actually, there's I guess some study that says like money to a certain point does increase your happiness, but once you get past a certain threshold, no additional amount
Really matters.
brings any more happiness.
No.
Basically, what I was
So-
saying, like what I would do,
Yep.
just to kind of put a bookend on what I was thinking
Yep.
there. I don't have like any desire to actually go fully off grid.
I dream about it once a month.
I don't really care about that. What I mean by off grid, I mean live life with
Worry-free.
the full purpose of just discovering like my passions
Yeah,
and like so I'm not
not
off,
be bound.
I'm not off grid, but I'm just living like with an open mind.
I
and,
love that.
and no stress
It's
about
amazing.
what's going on. Like because you live day to day, and there's responsibilities that come up.
You're getting pulled.
Most of them are financial,
yeah.
and your attention gets pulled everywhere. But
Yeah.
if you live life for like a couple years and all your focus is on what do I enjoy doing, then all of a sudden you'll find what your passion is, right?
Okay,
Now your new worry comes up.
I've got two things for that. I'm just gonna write down that for now. Number one, this is just the challenge. It didn't really go as planned here with you two, but so with everyone listening, think you won the lottery. What would you do?
Most people, it's like I'd buy this, I'd buy this,
Oh,
I'd
I'd
buy that.
probably grab
Pay off
I
my
probably
debts.
would
I'd-
grab a crib. Like I'd get a
Oh
crib.
yeah. So
Like what would I do? Yeah, I'd
Okay.
probably spend it on something.
so you win the lottery. What would you do? And they all list like what they've always been dreaming of doing.
Mhm.
Okay, and then what?
Yeah.
well, now you
and-
got to worry about where to put your money. So now you have different worries.
And then they're kind of stuck.
yeah, you got all this
right?
money. Now you don't know what to do with
Think deeper, right? And then once you answer that question, the next question is, and then what?
And it always comes back to things that you can do right now.
it. And then you're gonna
It
dream where
always
you
does.
are now.
Yeah.
Even
Alan Watts said it.
even when you get the answers, a lot of times you don't need to be insanely wealthy to do it. Some people say, "Oh, I would." I mean, unless you say I'm going to pay off my mortgage, you can still do that now. It will just take you a little longer. If
Mhm.
you plan well, you can pay off your mortgage. I pay off all my debts. You can pay off your debts if you plan well, if you're financially responsible, right? Or they say, "Oh, I would sail across the world." You know what? You could still sail if you look into it. You find an
okay, so
affordable way to do it, right?
The problem is that money isn't wealth, real wealth. We have it messed up in our society that we think money
Yep.
is more important than the food we're getting. So when we say, "Oh, we're trading this fake currency away," but in return we're getting bananas, we're like reluctant to give away the money, but in reality we're getting the real wealth, which is the food, which is
Mm.
Right.
that's the real wealth is actually the food that you're getting in return. But we're like, oh, we're giving up this money's not real.
The
Money
difference,
isn't real wealth.
the difference between being rich and being wealthy is that being rich, you have a lot of money, and being wealthy, you have a lot of time.
Yes, I like that.
That actually, like, I could make more money if I focus on different things or work in different industries. You know what I mean? Like, I came into hockey because I love it. It makes me happy. It's something I felt I could provide value and kind of make a difference in a positive way in the world.
Mhm.
But along my journeys, I found a lot of other things I can move into, especially with like skills of being online, building websites, understanding marketing, stuff like that. Where I'm like, oh,
Real estate.
just switching to that. I could hop into that right now. I was looking at real estate. I
I
was like,
think I can move houses.
exactly. If you had a drone, like there was a time
Just
when
put my face on those signs. We're gonna.
it was a bunch of 60 like geriatrics on billboards, and I was like, okay, I could do a better job than this. Like I understand Instagram, and I could take better pictures and videos than all these people. And now the real estate industry has gotten there.
Yeah, they're all doing skits now.
They're doing it now,
They're getting into
right?
it.
But I was thinking about that 10 years ago.
But then you stop doing real estate and you become an influencer.
I just sell my real estate course, dude. No, honestly.
Oh yeah, real
right?
estate course.
Imagine I got into real estate 10 years ago, did all the things like, okay, videos and.
So I'm not gonna hate on the guru because you
Okay.
might see a course coming out from this. I'm not gonna like I think there's like course like I think that's just the new. There's gonna be no universities. That's the new form of education. Someone that's actually done it, and now teaching the skills that they like. I think that's
it's
the only
fine
way.
if you're providing value. Just don't glorify the wealth.
I think the biggest problem is that if people are personifying them or identifying themselves as an expert when they're not, just to sell a
Yes.
course.
Yeah,
No, for me, it's more the idolization and
they're renting that Lamborghini for the photo shoot. Like that what that's going to becomes unethical.
Yeah,
I
it
would-
already is. I would argue.
Nah, they'll keep on doing it if it works. But I would just like to see somebody, a guru, who
Like would you
pushes,
say
like,
you're a
relationships.
guru in terms of content creation? Like
nah.
you don't
I,
think
I,
you,
hate-
you don't think
I'm
you
a
could-
terrible salesman. I hate selling stuff.
No, but like in terms of how to make a video, like so say like how to make a viral video.
Yep.
You know how to done that. You've done that 100 times, a
Yep.
million times.
Yep.
Right. Like I would say you have the authority or position to
I could.
teach a course
Easily.
on that.
Yeah.
And I don't
masterclass.
think that would be a guru.
No.
I think that's
The stereotype of a guru.
no.
you
I
know?
think you've actually done it. I think once
Be
you've
an
done it,
the difference between a guru and an
I
expert.
could be a teacher.
yeah, I would
Yeah.
say
A
you're.
teacher,
I would say
expert.
you're an expert.
Yeah.
Right. And like I think that's the. There's gonna be new ways to define expert now.
But
Like, you don't
that's
need
the
to have
thing.
a doctorate in content creation. No, you actually have to make content that's done well.
If I were to pitch, say, a master
Seats.
class, and I'm trying to make money and get people to sign up, I would put the emphasis on you can have more free time to follow your dreams, right? You can spend more quality time with your family because you're working. Like
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
You're hitting their emotions. What they.
That's what it's more
on it.
important than you're gonna make. Oh, I made $100,000 in 3 months with this thing, and then you blah blah blah, and show cars. I want to show that. I'd show like what's really important.
So your rant is just about people glorifying making a lot of money and trying to sell it.
Money ain't it. Okay, find happiness elsewhere.
Financial gurus are losers.
Ah,
That's
yeah,
Jeremy's
in reality,
rant.
it should be like I think that the better way to do it would be like teaching people to find a purpose. I think
Yeah.
that's like you have 100 million, but now what's your purpose? I think you feel lost when you don't have a purpose. If you
100%.
don't have something you're working towards.
Let's do it.
I think it's finding purpose, and that's for me. That's what it was.
I
Like
think the challenge is that anyone, and this is just me, because that's how I feel about social media and stuff. I have like a bit of a love-hate relationship with it, like
don't
everyone
we all?
does.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just it, is that once, like anyone that has preached finding a passion and a goal in life and like what's most important and all this stuff, you can teach it, but then at a certain point you're like, well, it's not important to me to teach it anymore because that's not I'm not trying to make money off
That's
of
not
this.
my purpose. Yeah.
It's not my purpose, so I'm going to stop doing it.
Mm.
And then no one hears about it because it like fizzles out before it reaches any point of like, and if it does reach a point where you're reaching millions of people and you're influencing and you're creating a good impact on the world, then there'll be half of those people that say, oh, you're just doing it to make money.
You're just
Yeah.
doing it for likes.
Yeah.
Right? You
Like
know,
that-
you're doing
like
it
that's it. Like I thought about that because I'm like, oh, like I could do a course right
like,
now.
is there a pinnacle of spreading like the knowledge of what's important in life? Is there a pinnacle that can be reached, or is it just always like it's not attainable?
I would just love for people to glorify the things that everyone can appreciate in life. You know, like when you have Thanksgiving dinner with your family and you just put your phone away and you just actually connect with people because everyone has the ability to do that. And truly, like the relationships you build with others is what's going to bring you more happiness. If you're connected with your family, you're connected with your community, you're connected, you know what I mean? That's like
yeah.
that's going to make you feel welcome and important in like your life.
I think it just comes
Close
down.
friends.
Yeah, it comes down to the P word, which is purpose. Like
Yeah.
for me, like is my purpose to go sell a course on how to make content,
Yeah.
or is my purpose to make someone laugh today?
Right.
And I think if I double down on what I'm actually supposed to be, like for me, it's laughter and comedy, and like if I double down on that instead of trying to switch up, and now I'm doing this thing that's not even my soul. I think
Yeah.
it's aligning. I think your soul. That's why I say the spiritual win
Mm-hmm.
is so much. Yeah, because what if I start making this course and I have 100 million now, but I'm not actually doing what I want to do and not doing what actually like
Mm-hmm.
what like
You'll come right back
not
to I
helping-
want to make someone laugh.
yeah,
today."
exactly, and it's like
Purpose driven.
purpose driven and
Dude,
like yeah, like,
We should start a course. You talk about big purpose. I talk about little purpose.
I like that.
No, because
I know, I'm
honestly,
serious. We could actually do
love
like a seminar. That's what my dad. Like,
Easy.
that's what my dad did. He would
Easy.
do seminars. We could go like you pitch it to like these universities and you go.
easily.
TED Talks.
Yeah, well, because, all these people want to learn. Yeah, but like the real thing that you've discovered, you wouldn't be doing this. You've been doing it for 10 years now. Like if you didn't like have some
15.
sort of purpose that you have it up there.
Yep.
You have that's
I
like
got it- I
that-
got it on
that-
the
that's
wall.
the real thing. Yeah, and then the money is a byproduct
It is
of giving your energy to the thing that
gravy.
you love.
It's gravy.
Yeah, it's just oh, I love doing this. I could make half the amount of money I made last year, but I'm still living a good life because I'm doing what I like. I enjoy, and I
Yep.
think that's the biggest thing. And that's what Alan Watts says. Like in life, you should really find out something that you like, do it every day, and then monetize it.
Easy.
Because like it doesn't matter if you're a juggler, if you like
Yeah,
juggling, if
yeah,
you
yeah.
like, you could become a juggler and
Right.
you can monetize that somehow. But if it's find something, because like on the other hand, it's like you're doing something that you don't enjoy, and now you're going on living a life that you don't want to live. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't. To me, it didn't make sense. And I think I talked about that a little bit on a previous pod. But like
Mm-hmm.
Alan
You
Watts
did.
changed my way of looking at life with that direct quote. It's like find something that you like, do it every day, become a master of it,
That's great.
and then monetize it.
Yes, I love it. And just talking about purpose, like for anyone listening, it might seem like a lofty goal. We talk about dreaming big, right?
Mhm.
So they might think, well, I don't have a purpose that could change the world to go viral. You don't have to find that. Find anything, a small purpose. Start there, right? Do something in your community that's purpose driven,
Yes.
right? Like you could start like a little food drive. Right?
Yeah.
Set up there's a tree at the hockey rink in Oro, and it's when you come into practice, you just put a can of food on there. Like somebody could just build that, be like, oh, I'm gonna put it in the local rinks and try to collect food for the food bank.
Even if it's not even on that scale, like I remember days where I would go, like my purpose today is like I have to compliment someone,
There you go.
and it was like, oh, like
I remember you were talking
Yeah.
about
yeah,
that.
like I would go into
last
these
year,
things
yeah.
and I'd be like, hey, like
Going to the grocery store.
I'm gonna comment on her. Oh, that's a nice necklace. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like that was my purpose for the day.
Yeah.
Like
Speak your
made,
mind.
made her smile. Like if I can, if I can make one person smile today, it's been a good day. That was my entire.
Imagine that, just saying the nice things that you're thinking. Because a lot of times I think something nice, I don't say it out loud.
Yeah.
Just say it out loud.
Yeah, just say, oh, that's really nice, and then just and you're not looking for something in return.
Just don't say it with that mustache, though.
Yeah, yeah.
giving like compliments that are like meaningful.
Yep.
Or like that you genuinely mean. It's like it can make someone's day, so why not do it? That's the
Oh,
way
yeah,
I
and it
look
makes
at
your
it.
day
and it,
low
and
key.
it, when you're being in that mindset of like I'm looking for the good in people, then you're gonna see the good in yourself too.
Yeah.
I still remember
Yeah, you're doing it low key for yourself too.
Yeah.
Like it's like makes you feel good, right?
how old I'm 38. Probably about 20 years ago, I had a hat that I found that I thought was cool. It's like a Volcom, like I don't know, knit hat,
Mm-hmm.
and I was wearing it in the mall, and I walked by some guy, and he's like, "Dude," he's like, "I love that hat," and I said, "Thanks."
And you remember it
20 years later, because
yeah.
I'm like, he likes
Yeah.
that hat, and I like this
The
hat.
thing is, people remember compliments.
No,
right?
and you don't get complimented very often.
No.
Right? No one like.
Mhm.
So when you're out here, you're just like you're doing God's work. No,
Exactly.
it's serious though. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I like your smile.
100%.
Going back,
Ooh. And then you say it like genuinely without needing anything in return. I think that's like
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, like you're out here just spreading positive vibes, and I think that's
That's being a puck daddy.
yeah,
There you
that's
go,
lit. That's
Puck
lit
Daddy
to
life.
me. I'm like I
Talk Daddy
need to
life.
get back on that actually of like in an interaction like complimenting more people.
Yep.
Mhm.
I find it's difficult to do that when you might not be loving yourself as much in that moment,
Mm.
and you might be a little
Caught in
bit
your own
down. But
thoughts.
that's
when you
'cause
gotta
you're
do it
caught-
the
yeah,
most.
because you're caught in your world, and then you're not putting any light on like once you stop taking the light off yourself, like especially when you're feeling down,
Right.
everything's about you. But then you start, oh, like how are you doing? And then you start getting out of your dome and be like, oh, if I'm feeling like this, what if my mom's feeling like that? Well, maybe I should go call my sister.
You know what happens when
And
it
you
starts
take
to
the
get
light
dark?
off you.
When it starts to
Empathy.
get
Empathy.
dark, that's when the lights come on. Lights got to come on when it
Yeah,
starts getting dark.
exactly.
Hey,
Yin and yang, baby. If it's dark, there's got to be a light.
turn on the headlights.
Can't have one
Um,
without the other.
Just want to say, like, talking about purpose and mini purpose. I volunteer for Olivia's hockey team, like a coach,
Mhm.
group of 6-year-olds. Right.
Good on you.
That gives me purpose. I love going. I look forward to practice because now I'm getting to know these girls, and they're coming up after the practice with big smiles on their face. Oh, did you see? I did the hockey stop. Right. That's something so small to teach someone how to stop on the ice. Right. But it's like
the stash though.
I'll tell you, dude. When I showed up to the rink with this mustache on,
Yeah.
and it's a group of 6-year-olds, and I was just like, they were all looking at me. I was like, what? Like I had just shaved it.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot that it was there.
When it was fresh.
And I was getting a lot of sideways looks
Stop.
Yeah.
from like these little girls with their little cages
Oh,
on,
you're like, what
little
is this guy with his?
pink helmets.
What's
and
on
you're
this
just
guy's face?
Coach, you have a mustache.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's this
What do you
dust?
think?
What's
You
this
should've been like,
duster you
"Oh,
got on your head?
I didn't wake up like this. What happened?
And that's what I said. It's like, oh my gosh, where'd this come from?
Coach, you're bleeding on your neck.
And-
Cut yourself open, coach.
I'm like, looks good, eh? And they're just like, no. And I'm sitting there, coach, and I'm trying to teach them. Okay, so in this drill, right? And the girl's just like, I can't listen to you.
Yeah, coach, you're distracting me with your face.
I can't take you seriously when you have that on your face.
Oh, Jerry, you're playing yourself without this thing under your butt. I can't believe you don't have.
I don't get the foam.
Mm.
Anyways, yeah.
How
So
good is it?
find a small purpose. Like it could be a purpose just like with your family, right? Just to play with your kids more or something. It could be a purpose in your community, or it
Could
could be a big
changing
one.
changing your daily habits to do something that's good for like that makes you happy.
Yeah.
And or makes someone else happy.
Yeah.
Is like changing your daily habits to do that is probably one of the most beneficial things you
Yes.
can do in the long run.
1% better every day.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna come back to Hayden. You said your dream was to escape, right? Off grid.
I don't
There's-
think you said that. I think-
Not exactly. I'm paraphrasing. Go off grid for a little bit, right? And just be really connected with what you want to do. But I have this idea which I haven't fully got into. My brother has definitely done it, but it's basically if it's possible to retire like once every few years, retire for like 2 months.
Right.
Why work to the bone until you're like nearly dead and then retire when your body has given up, your mind isn't as good as it once was, and you're 65. You've missed
Yeah.
being a 30-year-old, being a 40-year-old, being
I
a
think
50-year-old.
that's-
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when you're 60, you're not gonna want the same things you wanted when you were 30. You're not gonna be able to do the same
Yeah.
things right? You're not gonna live your life the same way. You're not gonna have that same vigor, that same passion, right? If you're 30 and say you're married, you have a 30-year-old wife and you are a 30-year-old person, you can go and do some 30-year-old things.
Mm.
When you're 65, you're retired, you're not going to have that
I
opportunity.
totally agree, but it's also dependent on the
it's tough.
circumstances
It's
that
hard.
people have. Where it's like maybe
Yeah.
they can't
Not everyone can
take
do it.
2 months
2
off
months
their
off.
job.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
It's a tough
people could
ask.
barely get like 4 days off work,
Yes, but
or you can't
if-
even call in sick.
if there's a way to take a sabbatical, is that what it's called?
Yeah, I'd be taking every sick day possible.
And isn't that the wild thing though? Is that you're in a position where you could just go off for a month or 2
Yeah,
now if you wanted to.
I
but
think I
it'd be
need to.
hard. Yeah,
I think I need to just for my own sanity.
I'm in a position where I
I
could
need
do it,
order and
but
I need to change things in my life.
I haven't done it yet. I
Right.
could take my whole family and like let's go to Australia for like a month and just.
I know because it's cause that's the unknown. It's like it's different. It's not comfortable.
I feel obligation to get content up.
Yeah, and you could still do that.
I fear
just-
like
it's just
everyone would forget me by the time I come
falling
back.
off. I know the fear. That's the most toxic thing about being a creator. It's like, am I gonna fall off? How have I fallen off? Like people still vibing with me. It's like that's like, I think the time away would just like make you a better person, better creator, better outlook. And I do think nothing is a coincidence.
Yeah.
Like you have this path it's going and you had to like learn the lessons, and like karma's so real. Like I've just like been in like this karmic cycle of like just doing the same, like I'm sabotaging myself.
Yep.
And it's like I got the same kind of issues that I'm dealing with, and it's like that's just me though. It's realizing that it's your doing. Where you are is because of you, not because of anyone else. It's because of your decisions. And I
Mhm.
think that was like the biggest thing for me was like no one's coming to save me, no one's coming to get me out, no one.
The hard truth.
I am the reason why I'm standing here and in the spot I am. I think taking the responsibility and not trying to blame other people for your position.
If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will.
Yeah,
Starts with
yeah,
me.
that. But it's like taking responsibility for where you're at, and not saying,
Mhm.
oh, like the victim mentality where it's like, oh, I'm here because I didn't get the opportunity. I'm here because this happened. No, it's like you're there because you've made the decisions up to this point to be where you're at.
True.
Um,
Taking ownership of your
taking
own.
ownership, which
Yeah.
I didn't do. I was somewhat like I don't know, I was 20 or whatever. I was like, oh, why did this happen to me? Why is all this
Victim
so-
mentality.
Yeah, and then that takes up all your time, so you can't think of how to get out because you're so busy thinking about what poor me, and then that takes all your energy, and you don't have any energy to go create or energy to go start something or build something. I think building. Actually, I want to bring this quote up real quick, and
Oh.
then we can move on.
I got one to leave us with
Um,
as well.
Okay. Or it was just like there's a couple.
I'll drop it
You
while
know
you're
who
looking it
Dan
up.
Coe is?
I'll drop mine while you're looking
got
this
him.
up. You got it already? Okay.
The solution to boredom is building. Build a skill, build a brand,
Love
build
it.
your body, build your mind, build your social life, build anything. It doesn't matter if you don't know how. That's the entire point. You learn,
It's the
act,
journey.
and discover your
100%.
way out of boredom.
You know, like if someone's unemployed, they have no skills, no anything. You could like just go on Kijiji, get some cheap weed whippers, and start taking apart two-stroke motors and figure that out. And within a few months, you could start servicing people's two-stroke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it would not take long. You got YouTube and some ambition, and you could take and that you could be that guy in that community. And eventually, you'll be more skilled than most people. It does not take long to be better at something than the majority of people, because who else is working on two-stroke motors? Not too many people.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna.
That's just a complete
I'm
random
gonna-
example, right?
Mhm.
it
But you
is.
apply that for anything.
I got just. Here's another one. You need a plan. There isn't any other way, because if you don't have one, society does, and they've been planning your life for decades.
Oh, don't give up your dreams to
You
chase
need
someone else's.
4 habits: one that builds your mind, one that builds your body, one that builds your business, one that builds your relationships.
Relationships.
The
Love
good
it.
life is the process of becoming everything you could be.
That is tough, though, eh? Okay, so mind, body,
Relationship,
relationships,
uh,
and what your
business.
biz. Okay, to fit all of that into one day, that's tough.
Yeah,
Cause like okay, I
it
gotta
is, but it isn't.
No, my mind is good. Body, it's like you gotta wake up early.
Work out.
Relationships and yeah, I guess it is.
No, it is pretty.
Yeah, you just have to be like you said. You need a plan.
You need a plan. Yeah, you need to have that prioritized, and like that's something I don't think I've been prioritizing my body.
Yeah.
I've been prioritizing biz.
Yep.
Relationships probably struggling a little bit for me, and my mind as a direct result of body.
Everything comes at a cost, right? If you weigh too much on your business will flourish, but your mind, body, and relationships will all suffer.
Yes, I think that's where I'm at right now. I'm
Right.
putting so much here,
It's too much.
and not
Everything has a
enough- Not
cost.
enough. I think the body and the mind are intertwined, like
and-
interchangeable.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like the gurus is all the money is on business, right? What
Yeah.
but then you give up what? Your mind, your body, and your relationships with others. You end up with a bunch of money, but none of that, right?
You do need to sacrifice though, if like you
It
want to
is a
start a business.
sacrifice.
If you want to start a business, yeah, you are gonna have to.
So I'm saying everything
Give
comes
up.
at a cost.
You're gonna have to give up some things. I
Yep.
think now it's like at the point where it's like I'm realizing the actual body and mind are the most important that are gonna allow the business to thrive.
Yep.
Is if my mind and my body and my spirit is flying high.
Yep.
Because when
True.
everything's low, then the biz is low.
It lifts everything. It lifts
Yeah,
everything,
mind
right?
and body lifts everything.
Those are like the 5 cups that you can pour your water into. You
Yeah,
only have a certain
every
amount of
day.
water every day,
Right. Look.
and you can invest it in different things. And then the more you put into some, the more the others will suffer. So you have to balance it out every.
Once the business starts
often.
flourishing, all these things start dragging you down, right?
Yes.
You got to have that balance, so they're all lifting each other
Well,
up.
it was honestly like it's like your energy is a finite resource, and you only have so you recharge your battery up every day, and you have 100%.
Yep.
And then you give yourself to your workout comes
Mhm.
down. Now you're at like 80.
Yeah.
And now you give yourself 3 hours of your business. Now you're at 60. Like now you have certain level of energy to give every day because you are energy. That's all we are.
It's really, yeah, like I find it's not too hard. It's just a matter of switching and then being fully present. So it's like I might be inside just finishing up a post, right? Or like an email comes through, so I start answering it. And then Briar, she's 2 years old. She comes over and she sits on my lap and then starts like trying to touch my phone. So I could be like, stop, right? Because I need to finish that email. Do I really need to? No, right? So other times, instead of doing that, right? She comes over, she sits on my lap, she wants daddy time, right? She reaches for my phone, right? And instead of knocking her hand away, I just turn it off. I put it down and I give her a little tickle. She starts laughing.
Yeah.
Right? I get up, I chase her around the house a few times. And then she's having a great time. We're having a little bonding. I pick her up. I throw her on the couch. She's laughing. And then she says she's hungry. I get her a bottle. Then I finish up my email.
Yeah.
Right? It's like switching, finding that time.
The daily habits and identifying where your headspace is at.
Yeah. And I'd like to say those quotes I said were from Dan Coe.
Okay.
He's really good. You check him out on YouTube.
DANCO.
But he's one of those guys. He's coming out with a book.
Love it.
It's called The Art of Focus.
Love it.
Like, so good. Like, he's just like I love the way his content. I love what he's doing. But even
is he like a guru, but for like not about money?
no, it's about elevating your soul. Like
Okay.
his things about like if you look at his Dan Coe,
How do you spell it?
Koe.
Oh, Koe. Okay, Dan.
Like
Coe.
look look at the way like he's about energy.
Yep.
Like it's like go to his.
I don't know why it took me here.
Perhaps something to research after.
No, I'm just giving it a follow right now.
Yeah,
Anyways.
give him a follow. It's so good. Like,
Let me drop you with a quote. We talking about like changing and like if you're stuck, that sort of thing. Don't let who you were define who you're going to be. Too many people think because my whole life has been this way, it has to be that way. That's the path you have to take. You don't. Every day is a new opportunity, right? And obviously, it's hard to break old habits, and like you're kind of a result of the habits. But yeah, don't let who you were define who you're going to be.
yes, 1% better every day.
Let's go. All right,
Beautiful.
what's up, Hayden? We got
What's
deep
up?
again.
Yeah, you guys, we're always getting in deep on this pod. I guess when the rant is about gurus, it just
It was supposed to be like
snowballs.
a 3-minute rant,
Yeah.
30-minute deep discussion.
Yeah,
But we appreciate all the beauties who stay tuned for it, and we hope that it gives you something things to think about.
There's a different side of us there.
Yeah.
For sure.
I love it. Mine is just a quick segment. Hypotheticals. We've done it before.
Hypos.
Hypos.
Hypos with Hayden.
I had one for each of
Hayden's
you.
hypos.
I had one for each of you.
Yep.
I wanted to do it separate, but
Okay.
um,
I'm probably
just-
gonna want an opinion on both.
we'll start with one and then we'll see where we end up.
Okay.
Let's go.
Hypothetically,
Mhm.
Jay Woodcroft's fired
Mm-hmm.
and you're hired as the new coach of the Edmonton Oilers. What do you do?
Oh,
Do you want me to go first?
I'll go first if you got nothing, but
I mean, I always had something.
you go.
Chippy's always got something. locked and loaded.
I think really what needs to happen is you got to bring the whole team in. You got to get to the bottom of what's going on.
Mhm.
Like, you have to get to the bottom of how everyone's feeling. How do you guys think the season's going? Where do you think we need to improve? You really have to get to know how is the dynamic in the room?
What's the energy like?
What's this energy? Why are we underperforming? And I think it's getting everyone back on track. I would have a football around and I would pass the ball to each person and they say something that they think
Classic.
would happen to make the team better or what
It's like
would
a Disney movie right
do-
now.
Yeah, no, but that's what needs to happen. Like, it needs to be, all right, let's come in, let's bring it all in, and let's get to the bottom of why we're frustrated, why we're not performing, what they think needs to happen for the rest of the season, what they think they can do better, what they think they've done well.
We got to be coach, assistant coach
Thank
in
you.
like 10, 15 years of an NHL. We got to climb the ranks, eh?
I do think so. I do think I could be behind the bench as like a spiritual coach.
After you have like 10 million followers, you go and get yourself a couple Hollywood gigs for like your
Yeah.
top paid actor in Hollywood, and then once that gets boring, we'll just make a run.
I'll
for
g-
a cup.
I honestly think the teams would be better off having me a part of the organization.
Yeah.
I'm not even
100%.
lying.
No,
Like,
no.
I'm not even like
No.
lying at all.
No.
I do think
It's
I
too
would
much of an
be-
old boys club, and they have the same old. Look at me, I'm the coach. You do what I say. Like we need a bit of a change here. Bring the
spiritual-
boys
I'd be a
together.
I'd be a
Toss the
spiritual leader.
football. Yeah.
I'd make sure that everyone is positive in the room.
Yep.
I would even reset some goals.
Mm.
I would have like a goal. Okay, where do we want to be in November? Where do we want to be? And you start making them feasible. 'Cause if you
Mhm.
do want to make the playoffs, you got to like really do something that's. You got to go on these runs. Like, what's a goal where?
Give them some small wins first.
Yeah,
right?
let's start off with exactly. I
Let's
don't
not
know
have-
I don't
it's
know how, I
interesting-
don't really know how you can follow that
It's
up. there, but-
interesting that you say that because Jay Woodcroft was on the 32 Thoughts podcast. It's funny that I'm wearing that sweater right now.
now.
Like a couple of months ago or a few months ago before the season started. And one of the things he was saying is that it's one of the things that he preaches is about celebrating and planning for those small wins.
I don't think it was his fault.
I don't think it was his fault either. But it's interesting that is like something that was core to his message and his values for the team,
Yeah.
and yet he still got fired, and they still started off with a
I think it was
terrible
the goalies.
season. You're gonna
Honestly,
go in there and say like, "Boys, I feel for you. The tennies just suck."
Tendies were just atrocious.
Hire
no?
some goaltending coaches.
I'm pretty sure that the number one cause of coaches getting fired is bad goaltending.
Did you see, then he went down to the A and let in 4.
Oh,
And did you see that goal that he let in?
yeah,
Oh.
No, I didn't.
did. I saw. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
So, Jared, what would you do? You're the new coach of the Edmonton Oilers.
Really simple. You get like I'm gonna meet the players one-on-one. I'm gonna ask to see their phone.
I knew
Oh
it,
my.
this was going.
I just want to find out the type of people they are. Right?
That's disgusting.
And then I'm gonna get fired, and I'm gonna collect my $2 million.
Oh my
I'm gonna go to
God.
Cabo.
Yo, did he just play the entire league with that? Like, does he still get paid?
I don't think he does in that situation.
don't
The-
think
The
so.
Leafs had to pay him $5 million a season.
I think it was 8, wasn't it?
Was it? Oh my god.
Wasn't it?
I don't know.
It was 8.
No, it was like 50 million over.
It was 7 or something like that.
I think in that case, the Leafs fired him. So like because it was their decision, they had to keep it. I don't know. Or no, he signed like a 5-year contract or
Yeah,
something.
his contract wasn't up, but they fired him before it was done. He gets that money no
Yeah.
matter what.
And then in this case, they're just like, so Mike, you're gonna quit, okay? Okay? And he's like, okay, I've decided that.
Well, no, it was grounds to terminate his contract.
I'm gonna
That's
step
why he's
down.
taking
I'm gonna
it.
step down.
Step down.
Whereas the Leafs is just like, we're not happy with your performance, but that's not
Yeah,
grounds
yeah.
to
Gotcha.
fire.
Probable cause.
Yeah, exactly.
No, so I'm pretty much the same page as Chippy. It's like, first of all, you got to get together with the boys and you got to read the room and see what the biggest issue is coming from them, right? I'd be more of like, I'm not a dictator type coach. It's
Mhm.
like the 30 people in the organization in that group, you have to get to know them. And same thing if I was going to take a job as like a CEO or something, like talk to the employees. What's
Mhm.
going on here? What's good? What's bad? And then let's
Like, imagine walking into that situation. Like, would you not be nervous to deliver a speech to like Davo Drysdale?
Yeah.
They're
Oh, I-
underperforming. They're like imagine having to walk into that
there's no speech
as
coming.
as,
tension
a,
in the
as a
room.
new NHL coach. Like, you've
Yeah.
never been in that position before.
Yeah.
Who are you, coach? Who's listening to him? Like,
Here's my speech. I walk in, all eyes on me. I say, boys, we've had a tough run, but we're going to make things better. It's going to start today, and we are going to work together. We are a team, and we're going to come together as a team, and together we're going to make a change.
yeah, that's why I like the rule
Right?
of getting them talking.
We.
Because he doesn't need to do much talking. Like,
No.
you guys let me know
It's not-
what the heck's going on here.
It's not me. I'm not going to say, I am going to, no, it's like, we're going to work together. We're going to, because that's how a team works. It's like when you will go to war for the guy that's like sitting next to you on the bench,
Mhm.
when you have that, when you're united, when you guys are like a brotherhood, that's what like Vegas has, right? Where like
Yeah.
everyone's going, vibing.
That's what the
Yeah.
AAA was. It was like, we're gonna cocoon, we're gonna channel out all the outside noise, no parents in
Yep.
the dressing room, none of that. We're gonna cocoon,
Mhm.
we're gonna become a unit, and we're gonna. It was the team building at the beginning of the season. Like, you guys, before the season start in the summer, you would start
Yeah.
team building,
Right.
and like, I think that's actually the most important thing.
I
Yeah.
like it.
And then look for some shore up any obviously skill is important as well. You've got it in spades on forward, defense, goaltending. We look at those issues and address them.
Beautiful. What's the next situation, Hayden?
That was. I'm just gonna
Oh,
leave it on that
nice.
one.
One hypothetical.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had more, but we kind of went a bit over on the Rupke's rant segment. So
Okay, I'm sorry.
we'll get it. We have 2 more here. We got most Canadian things to do before the winter.
Okay.
Preparing for winter in Canada. We each get one.
Let me talk it in. It's my segment. Ladies and gentlemen, today's most Canadian. The most Canadian things to do before the winter. It's November. November's here. What's the most Canadian thing you can do right now?
Okay, I'll go first.
You go first.
Get your board set up on your outdoor rink.
Chip.
Yeah, get the outdoor rink, the boards, like, because you don't want to do it during winter because then it's
How
snow.
dare you?
Woo!
That is my whole.
Woo!
Ow. My
I gave
ears.
you first because I did not think that that's what you're. And I was like, these guys aren't going to take setting up the backyard rink.
Setting
I
up the
could've-
ODR.
You could have told me we were doing most Canadian, and it just based on the time of the year, You didn't even have to say before winter. I knew Jeremy was going to say setting up the outdoor rink. I knew that's what he was going to do.
Oh,
Well then.
baby.
Well then,
Do you want me to give mine or?
probably not, because you might take my one too. I just came up. You know what? I like a challenge, so yeah, you can go second.
I don't think you have this one.
Let's do
for-
2 each.
For me, for 2 each. For me, the most Canadian thing to do before the winter, it's rake up the leaves before the snow comes.
Mm.
You're basically prepping it so the leaves don't
Okay.
get all trapped underneath the snow, and then
Yard ready?
in the spring you got like
It's all slimy
slimy wet leaves that you can't get rid of.
with dog poop all
Well,
in them.
And I say this because you can't walk down any street this time of year without people raking or like mulching up their leaves with their lawnmower, getting them to clean up their yard before
Yeah.
the winter.
Well, Hayden. I got myself quite a predicament because I got 2 good ones. But we can only pick one because it's the most
Mhm.
Canadian.
I got such a good one that you guys aren't gonna say.
But we already did
These
one,
are
though.
both
No,
elite.
but like mine's like better than all yours.
Oh,
Well, no, the best one is setting up the backyard rink before.
But there's like another one that's like
Okay, well, let's see.
even more elite.
Here we go. Is getting the Christmas decorations up
Yes.
before the snow flies.
Is that Canadian though?
It is more Canadian because it doesn't matter in Florida. In Florida, it doesn't matter. You can put that up a week before
Yeah.
Christmas. It doesn't matter. In Canada, it matters because right when that snow, you start getting the freezing rain. It is a liability to get up on that roof. You want to get it up before the temps drop.
I like that.
It's important.
yeah, I could see that.
All right, honorable mention. I'll give you honorable mentions because
Okay.
I got another one too.
I could keep going all day.
Okay.
Okay.
I got 3.
I was gonna.
This is just a draft.
I was
now.
gonna say setting up the driveway. The driveway
the
markers.
little reflectors. The reflectors in the
Setting
driveway.
up the reflectors of the driveway, so when the snow comes, you don't go into the ditch.
This is rapid fire now. Let's go rapid fire.
Okay, rapid fire.
ready?
Calling the snow plow removing company.
Oh, ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not off the
Getting it
list.
set
All
up.
right.
Mm,
Getting all the jackets and gloves and sorting through them, right? Setting that up, pulling them out from underneath the stairs.
Okay.
I was like, oh, where's all the mitts? Oh, my. Okay, what right?
Mine,
Yeah.
I have one. It's kind of similar. I thought of it, but it wasn't the mitts and stuff.
Yep.
It's going through your clothes and getting all your winter clothes out, but putting your summer ones away,
Oh,
but
yeah.
still leaving a
Switch.
couple just in case it's
Yeah,
warm for a day.
You always got to have, like, oh, I'm going to leave one
you
pair of
gotta have
shorts out, eh?
just
Exactly.
in case
Just in
it goes
case.
to
Yeah.
25 in November.
Yeah.
That's what it's been doing.
Uh-huh.
Getting the snow tires on.
Ooh.
Is that most Canadian though?
It's
Everyone does that before winter though, like before snow.
not in Georgia. They don't.
I'm saying. Oh, I guess
I was
prepare
go-
for winter.
I was
Okay,
gonna
yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say this one's I can't believe this one's not on the list, but like getting your skis and your snowboard
get your
waxed,
skis shined up.
sharpened, and
Mhm.
getting
Grab
it
a
ready
stick
for
of
the
juicy
hill to,
fruit.
that one's fun.
Putting away the patio furniture.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah, stacking all the patio furniture in a giant pile and throwing a tarp over it.
That's really good.
Okay.
Um,
Oh what? No.
getting a heated driveway installed, like
Yeah, like
Connor McDavid.
McDavo, eh?
Yeah.
I'd say more Canadian than getting your snow tires put on is not getting them put on until you get like a foot and a half of snow in November.
After the first snowfall.
and then you go, oh no, I need my snow tires on. And then you
Yeah.
call and they're like, yeah, we're booking into December. And you're like, I'm gonna drive with these summers,
yeah.
not trying not to go off the road for a month because you
Yeah.
didn't get your snow tires put on.
Yeah. All right, that was like.
Oh, I got another one.
Let's go.
Planning your vacation
Oh, yeah.
for the winter.
The snowbirds.
Because you're planning that vacation before this, because you know the winter's about to dominate you for the next 5 months. You're like, no, I need to catch Florida trip. Planning your Florida trip,
Put-
before the winter
Putting the
comes.
burlap around the cedar trees so they don't get windburn. Right, preparing your shrubberies.
All right, on that theme, we kind of had we did a lot of picks there that kind of might overlap with our draft.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I thought that was the draft.
Oh no, I guess
We're supposed to just pick one, whatever.
yeah, it's the most
We're
Canadian.
flowing out. Drafting the best things to do in the snow. That's not even close.
It's different than preparing for winter.
Okay, I
guess.
like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the best things to do in the snow. We're drafting.
Okay. Let's do it.
Are we all drafting?
You guys can just do it if you want.
Okay,
So
yeah,
I have a
okay.
bunch, but
I
I'll
got
just
so
let you
many.
do it.
I'm just gonna go off the dome because that's what I do.
You got to do rock paper scissors, boys. Chippy wins.
Okay.
I shot late.
Best things to do in the snow.
Number one overall.
Number 1 overall.
Best things to do in the snow, chippy.
I'm gonna say just because the nature of this podcast is like outdoor rink.
That's great. That's great.
Play on the. It's actually not the one I want, but I know
which one you want.
the nature of the podcast is.
Mm.
You can take it, but then I'm gonna take the other one. So
Sure, fine.
I have one right off the bat that.
I'm gonna take both of them, Chip.
yeah, go.
Oh, imagine we do snake draft.
So backyard rink, best things to do in the snow. I'm taking go to the ski hill. Does that cover snowboarding and skiing? Hey,
That's not
just go to the hill, hit
All
the
right,
hill.
All right, that's not even better than the one I'm gonna say.
Hit the
That's
slopes.
not even.
Toboggan.
Hit
Going
the
tobogganing. Going toboggan. Go
okay.
get out of here with your pick. Tobogganing.
Frig, I should.
Little
I
bit
should
little
just
bit more open.
Hop in.
Little
on
bit
this.
more open for
Nope,
for
sorry,
most people. You don't
sorry.
gotta pay $100 for your lift ticket. You just go tobogganing.
Tobogganing.
I'm
Great-
gonna.
great
I'm gonna
pick.
change it. Change it up.
Ooh.
I'm coming in here. I'm gonna.
You
join.
can't. I've got all my
no,
picks.
we can't.
I've got all my picks.
Can't,
I-
can't.
Keep him as honorable mention. See if he can beat
Honorable
us.
mentions.
No, I'm gonna do 2 right now to jump in back in the.
No.
chat.
I've got a list
way.
here, Hayden. What if you
I
take...
would have said my other one.
Exactly. We're going.
No, you can't.
You can
tell me
keep
now.
yours. You can try to beat us.
You gotta have like honorable
You
mentions.
get 5 at the end.
Yeah, you get 5 at the
If
end.
But
they're
that
not
means the
taking-
5 last picks. That obviously
Fine.
But like,
If you're so confident.
yeah.
that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense to start a draft. Let us pick 2 and then change it up because now that just. Do you want to restart? You want to do a restart?
You
I'm
can't-
saying
we can't now.
the picks that I would have made, you guys haven't picked any of
But
them
I'm
yet.
about to
So
pick
would it
them.
Because
change
I'm
it?
about to pick
I'm
'em.
going against him.
About
I'm
to
not
pick
going
'em.
against you.
Oh my god,
I'm literally
different.
about to pick them.
you guys are ridiculous. Okay, just
know.
go. Just go.
Snowball fight.
All right, I'm gonna go.
That was mine. Yeah.
I know.
I'm
I
gonna-
know it was,
I'm
Hayden.
gonna-
That's why I picked it now, not against Chippy. I know Chippy.
I'm gonna go build a snowman.
Okay, Snowman.
Yeah.
I got an elite one for 5th. I'm gonna steal it. You don't have this on your list, Chippy. I'm just coming.
I don't
in here.
have a list. Mine's off the dome. So now
Same here.
you've just telepathied probably past me your
I
thought, and
think
you don't
so
know that I
fast.
can read your thoughts.
Okay.
You don't know I have that kind of power.
Build a
Man.
snow fort.
That was my second one.
I know it was. I
No,
know.
you did not.
Why do you think I fought so valiantly to not have you draft? Because I know where you're coming from. How do I not know that?
Ugh.
How did I pick them 1 and 2 right when you said you want in?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't.
You're
let
acting
you
like I didn't build snow forts as a kid. I just think building snowman's way better.
in.
I have another one I don't think you guys will get, so I'll save it for an honorable mention.
All right.
What are we at? Am I at 4?
You are picking your 4th pick.
4th overall pick. Best things to do in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
In the snow. This one's gonna be widely spread. It's not something I've done, but I know people love this. Snowmobiling.
Mm.
Oh, sledding. You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, snowmobiling is actually an
And that's a big
incredible.
niche.
That's
I
skill.
just hit a big niche.
That's
Yeah.
huge, actually.
They love that.
And
Yeah.
and you know what? You took tobogganing, GTing, same thing. We'll say
oh yeah, it's the same thing.
right, same thing.
That's
It's going
That's
to the,
the best form of
toboggan
toboggan.
hill.
Yeah.
It's going to the toboggan hill.
tubing,
So-
same
and,
thing.
And you could do tubing. You could do.
Yeah. But the GT behind the snowmobile is amazing. I'm not drafting that.
I've
I'm just
done that.
yeah,
I just
it's-
did that as a
it
kid.
is
Yeah, and I broke my
the
leg.
absolute best. I'm actually a bit upset with myself. I didn't take snowmobiling. Great pick. I'm just gonna go real basic, real simple here. For the kids, it's the snow angel.
Mm.
When you got that fresh pow and you just fall down and you're just whoosh,
Yeah.
you know, the
yeah,
snow
that's
angel.
pretty good.
It's a simple, it's a lighthearted one. I'm going snow angel.
It's a weak pick, but
You think so?
yeah, but that's all right.
I'm gonna go another.
I have a power one.
I'm gonna
here.
go another big niche.
I saved it for 5th on.
I'm gonna go another big niche.
Okay.
And again, this is not what I enjoy. I just know it's a big niche.
Okay.
Ice fishing.
Is it snow?
What do you mean? Is it?
It
snow?
is in the snow. It's
it
always in the snow.
winter?
It's always snowing when it's ice fishing.
All right, I'll give you
It's-
ice fishing.
Yeah. Or like if you're going out on the ice, it's not just ice. It's like there's literally snow you're trudging through to get out there. That's
Okay,
how.
so
Yeah.
I'm taking a real like a snow pick. This is
Okay, I don't know
a
what that means.
snow.
What else have we been doing?
No, I like to be honest. I don't like playing hockey when it's snowing. I want it to not be snowing. I want it to.
Oh well, that's because you're not a real hockey fan.
It's because I don't like shoveling rink every 3 minutes. I don't like
That's
stick
part of the-
handling.
That's part of the
through
fun.
an inch of
Then it
powder.
gets- that's part of the fun.
It's terrible. I don't like losing the
Speak
puck.
for yourself.
All right,
I've
Jared.
had
Last
some-
pick.
Probably the best
Last
moments.
pick, which is elite. You guys will agree. Donuts in the parking lot.
That's a fun one.
It's
It's-
okay. It's dangerous.
It wasn't on my list, but
I know. That's why I saved it for 5th.
Mm. Yeah, that's a
Donuts in the parking lot
pretty
is
niche.
a very snowy.
arrestable offense.
Yeah, dangerous.
It is. It's you're not allowed to drift in parking lots.
Yeah, it's called stunt driving.
It's private
So
property.
pretty much.
What's the charge?
I guess
yeah,
if you're
well,
doing it on
I
your
mean,
farm.
you could do the snowmobile with the snowmobile, right? You can do donuts on the snowmobile.
All right, I'm gonna read out the list, and then Hayden can give his honorable mentions. Chippy, best things to do in the snow. We've got hockey, toboggan, build a snowman, snowmobiling, and ice fishing. That actually sounds like a great weekend. If we could get all that into one weekend, come on.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
lit.
I've got ski and or snowboard, snowball fight, build a snow fort, snow angel,
I don't know.
and then
I don't know about your
and
list
then
at all.
donuts in the parking lot.
I don't know.
They're very snow based. I kept it true to the
Yeah,
snow.
like I think yours appeals to a different demographic.
Yeah, I think
I don't know. I think my list is way better, but
I'd give them. They're both good lists.
they're good. They're good
Appreciate
lists.
it.
I think your
Appreciate
list is like for like 10 and under, and my list is for like 10 and over.
yeah, I remember when I was 9 doing donuts in the parking lot. Just grab the keys from dad, just hit that
Yo,
e-brake,
that,
you know,
like-
pull that e-brake.
Yeah, you'd be like in the car with that.
Skirt.
There's still more to do.
All right, Hayden?
you know.
Honorable mention. What do we miss?
This one, I would have had third after the two that you already picked: the snowball fight
Snowball
and the
and
fort.
snow fort. Yep.
Yeah. And it's playing road hockey in the winter under
Oh.
snow
Okay.
because you get a bit of a base layer of snow on the road, at least
True,
where I
true,
grew up,
true, yep.
and it's nice and slick. And
Yep.
it's good for playing goalie. It doesn't ruin the pads. And you shoot the ball, it gets stuck in the snow. It doesn't go as far. Like, so you don't have to chase the ball
Yeah.
down the road.
My fingers get too cold.
I
Ball-
have-
ball
I-
Oh,
hockey is-
no, man. When you're playing ball hockey, you're getting sweaty.
Yeah,
the
you
fingers.
are.
The fingers get.
No, you're
cold.
getting hot. I got one that's like actually probably my favorite one that I did throughout the whole winter with snow. Very niche. It's called jibbing.
Chipping.
With the snowboarding,
Skiing, snowboard, jibbing. You
You
build.
just- you'd
You
on
build.
a, on a
You build
toboggan
a hill. No,
Yeah.
you don't have a hill.
Oh, you build the hill?
Like in their backyard jibbing.
Mm.
So it's like a lot of times before the winter begins, you would build like a little, like a
I know what
pretty
you're
much a
talking about.
down ramp.
I just we'd do that on the toboggan hill because
So, but this
you-
is like
you
your
build it-
backyard. You don't have a
yeah.
hill, and you
Okay.
want to have like
Little
you want
ramp.
to practice your rail
Yeah.
tricks. It is the best thing I ever did as a kid. Was
Mm.
like building like my backyard jib. I didn't have a hill, but
Oh, it's like your own little
you
park.
build like a fort.
Yeah.
You build like a down thing because you don't have a hill, so you have to build. You know how long it takes you to get all enough snow to build something that you could drop in
Right.
on. It's called building the drop in, and then you would have to build some sort of rail. I had like a PVC pipe,
Yeah.
and we would be in the backyard for hours.
Unreal. Yeah.
Hours. Because then,
So smart.
because the snowboarding on the hill is like $100 a lift ticket.
Oh yeah, you got to get your money.
So you can't do that all
Practice.
summer. I can't do it. I want to play every day. I want to go out there and snowboard. And jibbing, that's just like so underrated. But
I still had more honorable mentions.
My-
go.
I just got to throw in my brother in university. He built his house was like in a subdivision, right? 3 stories. In the backyard, they made a drawbridge out of the balcony from the 3rd story balcony.
Yeah.
They built a ramp underneath it, and then a full-on like rail park.
Yeah,
the
that's
back.
that's
They,
jibbing.
they would walk up the steps with their snowboard, strap in, jump off the balcony.
On the drop
on the drop in,
yeah,
and then
that's-
hit all the
that is
stuff.
that's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Ask any like snowboard lover. Like that's the coolest and most fun thing.
All right, I got
And you have
another.
a barbecue in the back. You have
Oh,
burgers
yeah.
going, and you're jibbing, and you're shredding the gnaw.
Oh, he found a
shredding the gnaw.
he found a free hot tub.
Shredding the gnaw.
He found a free hot tub, had it hooked up in the backyard. Like talk about the ultimate university house.
Oh, that's another one.
hot tubbing in the snow.
Hot tubbing and then going to the snow and then back to the pins
Oh,
and
yeah.
needles. The pins and needles.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we can't.
Like
say-
snow
yeah.
angels in the snow,
Yeah,
then back
and
in
then
the hot
back
tub.
in the hot tub.
I got another
Hypothermia. low-key,
honorable
but-
mention here. Is the
How
Aiden-
come, how
Aiden-
come you guys are allowed
Yeah,
to do all these
yeah.
honorable mentions? And
for
you
it.
did your own draft.
go for it?
Yeah, that's
Go
what I'm saying. I
Drop
want to
yours,
hear.
Hayden.
I want to
Drop
hear what
yours.
Hayden has to say.
I got snow soccer.
Okay.
Oh, I
At
love that
recess
full
in school.
contact.
Full
soccer.
contact in the
Yeah,
snow.
That's.
And you're
elite.
trudging through, you're running in full on snowsuit and
with
boots.
your snow pants. Whoosh, 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 whoosh,
Yep.
whoosh, like running everywhere. It's
Oh,
like,
I know.
That's a whole vibe
It's
at
full on
recess.
like soccer football.
Yeah.
Is what we're talking
It's
about.
that's
Like even
elite.
football. Like I'd say just
Football in the snow too, like just
full contact snow sports.
yes.
Ah.
It's elite.
How about benching? Did you ever bench kids?
Oh no.
When you go up behind them and you get low and you push the kid. You guys never
No.
did that?
Oh no, I did that.
Oh,
I
got,
didn't
like,
know it was called
expelled.
benching.
Yeah,
though.
you call it. It's like benching.
Yeah,
You become a bench, and the kid and the
then
guy
you-
would be there, and the guy wouldn't know what's happening, and they're standing up straight.
yeah.
And then we had like that was
Oh wait,
so
no,
bad.
you duck down on your hands and knees, and then
So
someone
the guy
else
doesn't know
pushes.
you could go in behind. So you're you get the guy to like distract the guy, and then the
Yeah.
other guy goes in behind, and then you just.
Oh, okay, yes.
Oh, it's so.
It's a
dangerous.
two-man job.
So dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We did that. I think. Yeah. That's wild. It's
Also,
a meme. It's a schoolyard meme. No one does
Benching.
it anymore. Can you imagine doing that as an adult?
I never called it benching though. We just did it.
Yeah.
Got
But I
benched, he's
didn't
got
have a name
benched.
for it.
That's it.
Another honorable mention. It's kind of in line with tobogganing, but to me, it's completely different, and that's creating a luge.
Like an ice luge.
It's an ice luge, like with you
Yeah.
pack up all the snow, you put down the water on top, and it's kind of
We
like
had it
the
at
jibbing.
school. We had it at school.
Yeah, and
There's-
you
that was gonna be mine.
yeah, because you can go so much longer down.
Yeah, like
it's like weaving and
build those little
winding, and
tacos.
you can create a huge berm
yeah,
where
we
you're
call
like
those tacos.
Yeah,
Ma-
Big
exactly.
taco,
Yeah.
Mine, it's similar to that, but it happens in the schoolyard. Everybody's walking over the same snowy part. It starts to get packed down. It gets a little slick. The one kid slides, and he slides a few feet. And the next kid slides, and he slides. And as these kids keep sliding, it gets longer, and then it becomes a competition who can slide the longest. And
Yeah.
then kids are just running
We had a
full
hill,
tilt.
but then
and
they shut it down.
Ah.
They would shut down the ice. It's too icy.
Yeah.
And like literally, like, it's so dust. Like it's a hill that we want to just slide down and enjoy our 20
Every now and then you do that, like where you're sliding and trying to see how far you can slide, and you'll come across a part that was slippery, but it's mostly snow.
Yeah.
And you dig in too much, so then you're sliding, then boom, you
Oh,
dig
yeah.
in, and then you
Edge.
face plant.
Yeah.
Bloody nose.
Like on a snowboard, you catch your edge.
Oh,
and
that was like playing mini sticks when it's like 5 below out,
Mm,
and your nose bleeds so much easier when it's cold out.
yeah,
Right,
and
you-
it stings too.
Oh yeah, you just
But if you just play through it, it freezes up a bit.
yeah, literally.
just keep it in there, let it
Yeah.
freeze up. You get like the bloody icicles coming off of
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Anyway, that was fun.
Yeah, like recess. Like, it was like those things you do at recess. Like,
Mhm.
Canadian
We
recess.
could almost do a whole draft on that in a
yeah,
future.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
definitely we'll do that.
What do you guys know about that wall ball?
Oh yeah.
Whip. We used to have a game of whip.
Mm,
Yep.
that was
We'll mention that later. That's
that was fun. Yeah. All right, that was a great episode.
Good pod, boys.
Stay tuned to next one. We're going to follow the same structure. We're going to do Minute Madness, Rupke's rants, hypotheticals, most
I feel
Canadian,
like that was
and drafts.
the best episode.
It was a great mix.
It was a wonderful. I enjoyed it.
We'll always kick it off with stuff that's happening in hockey too,
By the way,
so that you guys can still get our opinions on relevant things.
Christmas is coming, and there is nothing better than unwrapping a Puck Daddy hoodie, shirt, hat combo
Mm.
paired with some Style and Flow merch.
Some TDR as well.
hit
right.
up the shops.
Toe drag release.
PuckDaddyPodcast.com.
We appreciate all your support.
TeamStyleandFlow.com.
probably-
Is that what it is?
CoachChippy.ca.
CoachChippy.ca. Hit that up.
Check.
You all know where it's at.
Put some merch under the tree.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys.
And tag us.
Hottest merch in the game.
Let's go.
Have a good one.
Oh baby, let's go.
Gonna change the world with my hockey stick. Gonna make a real difference. Feed the poor and heal the sick.